What is light without dark?
What's up, everyone? It's the witching hour, and it's fucking early witching hour, but that's all right because it's worth it. Because tonight we got fucking J-Dawg coming in on the show. So without further ado, let's bring the big broski in. Here he is. What's up, Justin? How you doing?
Yo, man, going good.
Yeah, we got a full chat, man. What the hell?
Where'd oh wait, here's comment section for me. Can I see him too? Oh fuck yeah, here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. You should be
Okay.
able to see him. We got
Yeah.
Frazier. Frazier, we made him wait. Frazier don't like to wait. That's one thing. He gets cranky.
Yeah, well, 5 minutes, but I mean, it was technical difficulty. We were early. We were both there. It's just marked we had to restart our computers. So
yeah, and it's much better. It's worth the fucking wait.
Yeah, like the line I live by, man. When you're early, you're on time. When you're on time, you're late.
There you go.
So yeah, when someone tells me 7:30, I try to be there 7:25, 7:20.
For sure. And of course, I fucked up everyone because I originally announced it an hour early my time. So that's on me. So, but yeah, it's Friday night. What the hell are they doing yet? There ain't nothing going on yet. Well, Possessed is playing here tonight. That actually.
So they're playing there
in
tonight. San Antonio. Okay, then I forget where they're playing tomorrow, but one of the regular devils on my channel, Jordan Selle. I don't even know if I remember pronouncing his goddamn name right. He's probably fuck you always say my name wrong. Whatever, correct me then and then put me how to spell it. Like Paul Kreutz. He's like, yeah, spelled Kreutz like roots, bloody roots. All right, well now I got it right. Correct me when I'm wrong. But anyways, Jordan emailed me today and he said where he's living, he said tomorrow Possessed is playing. And he said, do you mind if he's like, I think he bought the meet and greet because Cleveland, they're selling a meet and greet too for Becerra. And he's like, when I go up to Jeff, he's like, do you mind if I mention your channel and hey, to do an interview? I was like, please do. I was like, Don already mentioned it to him through text, Don of the Dead.
Oh, shit.
Well, because Nunslaughter's playing with them. I don't know if they're playing San Antonio as well, like Nunslaughter.
No.
But Nunslaughter's playing with them in Cleveland. I don't know if they're playing with them tomorrow because Cleveland is Sunday night. That's the show I'll be at. I already bought the tickets and everything. And for me and Lindsay. And so Don told him in text. I don't know if you saw my video. I told about it. He told Jeff, and Don knows Jeff. They're not like besties, but they know each other. I mean, fucking Jeff wrote the song "Thou Art in the Kingdom of Hell" on the Goat album, the Nunslaughter Goat album, the second album. That song, Jeff wrote all the lyrics.
I didn't even know that shit. Wow.
He wrote that, and he has the Nunslaughter goat inverted cross tattoo on his arm.
I seen that on him, yeah.
So he obviously likes Nunslaughter. He knows Don. They met and shit like that. So Don texted him for me. You know, he has his phone number, and he told him about the interview and shit like that. He did reply, and Don forwarded me replies. Like, Don just like, ha, I don't even know what to say to this. But he sent me a reply. And, dude, it was like literally like, because it was like 2 months ago, right, for the Cleveland show. So it's not like anytime soon. Well, I'm busy. I'm doing my laundry, and this like, what the fuck does that have to do with an interview in 2 months, man? So, it was like the biggest goddamn Chief Wiggum answer I've ever gotten.
Like, no shit, Chief Wiggum.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because like, I'm asking you for 2 months, bro, not like 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And then Possessed did play the North Carolina Fest that I just got back from last week. And Nevermore Rules, I see he's the thing. He was there, and I got the $100 bet with him and one other guy that I won't skip the interview. And if I get the interview, I'll pay up $100 to each guy. So I'll owe $200, which is that's fine. I've got no problems with that. I'd rather pay $200 and get Jeff than make $200 and not get Jeff. Ours is not going to make.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Yeah,
that's worth it for that.
But I just think because dude, like even at the at North Carolina, it was what's the drummers from you're the Francisco's band Eat the Decay. The drummer is it Charlie?
He came up. The drum JD.
Is it JD or I thought you said Charlie maybe.
Oh no, you're thinking of the bassist, Charlie. Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was the bassist then. He came up to me, really friendly guy, and he's like, yeah. He's like, Jeff will do it. He's like, I know Jeff. He's like, let's just go over and ask him when we go. And I kind of walk over there. It's like, well, dude, he's doing the fucking paid meet and greet. I'm not going to ask him now. He has a line. He's like,
everybody get out of the way.
Fuck yeah, the dog's here. Look, fuck yeah, let's do an interview. He's not going to do that. It was like a 1 hour, 2 hour thing where it was a paid thing. It was him and it was a bunch of movie stars, like a bunch of shit I didn't even fucking know because I'm out of the loop. I know who Becerra is. And it was like a line. Well, I'm not going to ask him now. And then literally about 15 minutes after it is, I went back to the Hell's booth. I was selling merch. They wheel Jeff out. I could see him like from 100, 150 feet away. Me and my buddy Randy saw him. And I'm like, oh, there's Jeff. I was like, yeah, just go over and ask him. But he was surrounded by people, and they're picking him up out of the wheelchair. They put him in a van, front seat, and then they drove off. And then I didn't see him for the rest of the night until they went on stage. I'm like, well,
wow.
when the fuck was I supposed to get him? So I'm expecting to go to Cleveland. He's going to be hiding back goddamn stage. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm planning on it as long as I don't get fucking gummed up to the heavens by people and just get interrupted. I plan on doing like a mini video at the show with my little microphone. Lindsay recorded me on my phone. Something quick, 5 minutes where I'm kind of walking around. Maybe go up to Don. Hey, Don, can you tell Jeff I'm here? I want to do a fucking interview. Maybe go up to the merch stand guy. Tell him, hey, dude, I'm here to do an interview. Grant, he doesn't fucking know that. I mean, I don't have it scheduled, but I'll make it sound like it did. I'll, amp it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Get that recorded. Sure. Number one, it'll be just a little quick video, post on the channel. Why not? And that way, the guys I took bets with, they're probably like, he didn't even try to get Jeff because he's going to make $200. I'm like, I fucking tried. So if I get him, I get him. But dude, I just get the vibe that he's not going to be like, I'm busy. And come on, dude, what can you possibly be busy doing prior to fucking going on stage?
So, yeah, because I think in every city they're doing that meet and greet thing. Because I have a friend.
They're doing ours too. They're doing ours too. But how long is that? An hour? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't see them being out there all day doing that shit.
Yeah.
With
now, granted, somebody might say this. Well, you should have bought the meet and greet, J-Dawg. You can make that argument, but even if I did, dude, he's not. If I'm on a line, he's not going to drop what he's fucking doing and say, "Yeah, let's do it now." While there's a line, so that wouldn't qualify, anyways. And to be honest, too, I just kind of feel like, and I hate being like this because I'm not like this at all. I'm not one of those people that if you do something for somebody, you owe somebody something. I'm not like that at all. But it's like,
like a tick for tack type of situation.
Yeah. But I mean, it was kind of like Jamie. He put this in my head a while ago. It was when I was trying to get Glenn Benton. He's like, well, dude, he probably would do your thing, and he kind of should. He's like, you distribute his band, you distribute metal music, you help move his stuff, just like with Possessed. Dude, we've been selling Possessed for years. We're a main U.S. distro label that helps move his band. I was like, do I really need to buy a fucking meet and greet, dude? I mean, I get it if it's some 18-year-old new ham and egger who hasn't put his fucking time in. He's like, hey, Jeff, I want to meet you and I want to do an interview for my little channel. I kind of get that, but I kind of feel like, not that I'm anybody special or king of kings or the hold the throne.
No, but
it's like, I kind of think, I was like, dude,
you
because
earned some,
well, not to mention, because you look on YouTube too, and there's some interviews with Jeff, and it's with some fucking random canoe ass motherfucker who probably hasn't even heard Seven Churches. At best, he heard it on YouTube and probably doesn't own a physical copy. But yet he gets the interview. It's just a little annoying.
Well, too, a lot of that's too is that stupid access, people who know people from the labels.
Yeah. I've said that for business and shit like that. Unfortunately, with a lot of things, whether it be success or just where you get, a lot of it is who you know. It really is.
I learned that over the years. It's really who you fucking know. A lot of this shit.
Dude, I'll tell you this.
Like, how did this band get signed?
Dude, I'll say this. I've said this publicly, and I've said it. I'm pretty sure I said it on my channel, but I've said it. I'm not shy about saying it whatsoever. I've said it to Eric and Chase, and I think they agree. They didn't it was just in a casual conversation years ago. Hell's Headbangers would not exist if we never met Jim and Don. Now, we would have started Hell's Headbangers, but the label and where it's at now, we wouldn't have done it. We still wouldn't be doing it because Jim we started it just as a mini distro for fun. Jim Kanye, Jim Satanic, Jim Sadist, whatever the fuck you want to call it. He was doing from Nunslaughter. He was doing a side project band, Spawn of Satan. He wanted somebody to put out the CD. Came up to us. We never even did a release, knew nothing about a release. And he took us to the ropes. He even took us to the place that pressed them, everything, showed us everything, how to do it from A to Z. That's what got us started. And then after that, he introduced us to Don a few months after, saw that, we were reliable, not fucking knobs. And Don's like, hey, would you like to do a Nunslaughter vinyl? And that was our first vinyl, Nunslaughter Sentinix split 7-inch. It all started there. We never set out to do a record label or talked about it. Never. They knew nothing about it. We weren't even interested. They didn't know anything. So it wasn't for them. And, Nunslaughter really helping build up our name, because once we were Don, then we did more Nunslaughter releases, and Don was doing kind of like a mini distro and shit like that. And Nunslaughter stuff coming up. He just shuttled everything, like leftover tour stuff, everything Nunslaughter. This is way back before Facebook and all this other shit too. Yeah. You could only mostly get Nunslaughter in the States from us.
Yeah.
So that's what got us. We're just a bunch of nobodies in our parents' bedrooms. That's what got it fucking started and got it pushing and grew from there. And then when other bands and shit saw, oh, you work with Nunslaughter. I know who they are. They're more comfortable. Well, maybe you want to do my band. And then we got like Deceased and shit like that. We did the Fearless Undead Machines LP. That was very early on. Evil Incarnate LP, very early on. Other stuff. And believe it or not, when you're putting out a release too, especially when you're putting out a band that's bigger than you are at that time, it's a walking advertisements because fans are going to pick that up. They're already a fan of that band. Who's this Hell's Headbangers? Because they're going to buy it no matter who put it out. So it's just like a free advertisement too while you're selling the record. So that's a total. That's a total, like I say, who you know. Otherwise, I admit it, we were, and I'm very thankful for that. But a lot of times, what a lot of people, I think a lot of people are given a chance at something in life, like basically handed a lottery ticket in some sense, some greater than others, but they never go and cash it. Because I know guys that have opportunities for shit and they just blow it. They just go because it involves work too. It's like, well,
a little effort involved. They run away.
Yes. It's like, here's your golden opportunity, but it's up for you to do the fucking work. And I see so many people that fucking drop the goddamn ball.
Yeah, I've seen that in bands where
I'm
bands
sure.
I've been in where there's that one guy who just doesn't want to put in the effort, even though you're on the cusp of like kind of doing things, but nah, I don't want to practice, or I don't want to do that show. And it's like, God.
Yeah, 1,000%, 10,000%. I've said it for years too. If you're in a band, me personally, what I would try to do, one thing I would try to do is, your new band starting off, every local show, or even within a 3-hour drive. So me being in Ohio, every show around Cleveland or in Ohio, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Fort Wayne, Indiana, anything in that driving time, maybe even like Maryland, I would try to get on every bigger show, try to open up, and I would do it for free. So if Immolation comes in, try to get on that show, try to get on Incantation.
Especially if you're a new band.
Correct, because it's just offer the promoter, just contact the venue and shit, or the promoter or whatever, offer to play for free. Because there's no doubt you're going to gain at least one new fucking fan at crowds like that, at least.
Yep. Yeah, that's actually true because I seen it work. No one knew who we were when I started in some of the bands, and then you play some of these Cannibal Corpse, Deicides, whatever shows. You do get a local following. It does help, and then you can start, local shows headlining and trying to get some money.
Because at the end of the day, too, if you're a new band, who the fuck wants a headline? If you're like, so what? 10 people are going to watch you? Who the hell wants to do that?
It's a terrible thing, like, oh yeah, you're going to headline. Like, my band just formed 2 weeks ago. Why the hell would we headline? And I've been, we all been in those where we get screwed into headlining when we didn't want to and whatever, but yeah, exactly. You're going to have 10 people there who don't give a shit. I want to say what's up to my friend Skywalker the Jedi, my buddy.
So your channel is called just El Necron?
Yeah, El Necron at the Snyder family. That's my family.
Okay, because I checked it out briefly when you emailed and checked out a video so to see what you're about. And when anyone emails me and asks, well, not that I've been asked that many times, but a couple times, I go into, well, let me check out the channel, make sure it's not some complete fucking canoe that I'm like, oh God. I was like, what is
oh yeah, my shit up. I'm sure you figured it out. I do fucking nerd shit because I like geek fucking nerd shit, and I do fucking metal. That's
pretty much most guys that collect metal and our metal, that we pretty much all are nerds.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. We're fucking. I know that they hate to hear it sometimes, with the tough guy images and all that they want to portray. But I mean, most of the guys that I know in the metal, they fucking go to the comic shop, or they fucking play Conan games on the fucking Xbox or whatever. We're all just fucking nerds, man. Oh, and this is actually, they're not terrible people, but I know what this is saying. Black Anvil is a horrible band, and they do get a lot of the tours. So I was like, damn.
The thing is, I think Black Anvil, did they tour with Cannibal Corpse on the last one? I think that's the band I missed when the last Cannibal tour.
Yeah.
But some of these guys in the comments, what I read too, and
fucking Francisco, fuck off, nerds. That's
Francisco's here, sweet. Yeah. No, but some of these guys, I think when I rip on bands and shit like that, bust balls, I hope some of these guys aren't completely fucking stupid. I get the impression that it's the younger guys. I'm like, well, dude, just because I don't like their band, I'm not talking about them personally. I'm just talking about the band, or the situation. I was like, that doesn't mean that they can't be cool people. I was like, I might get along with them. I was like, you do realize that not everybody I like in this world listens to metal. You know what I mean? I like people that.
I know some people think like that's the only type of friend you can have is a metal.
Correct. I'm like, dude, I get along with people they haven't even heard Slayer. Like they wouldn't even know what it is. So it's like
the nerd stuff. I stream with guys, they don't know a goddamn thing about metal or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm not streaming with them because metal and shit. Now, when I stream metal, it's with Francisco or Roy and all them guys that actually know fucking metal, because I wouldn't bring on my nerd guys to sit here and talk about I don't know, Unslaughter, Necrovore, whatever.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah. Well, did you ever go on Francisco's channel?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has so many videos. He was doing a thing before me when I got invited on, and he already had a bunch. I've watched some of his videos. I watched the one with McEntee. I definitely watched some of the ones with Steve-O. Forget a few others, but I watched the one a little bit with was it Lori from Nuclear Death, or am I thinking of maybe one of the Dracada girls? I know Lori was on something.
I think Francisco had Lori.
Okay, so I definitely
he might have Dracada too, but I know he had Lori for sure.
Yeah.
Francisco gets some good shit on there. He's fucking.
Yeah, he's been around even longer than I have, and he's probably made connections and friends with some of the older folks than even I am. I mean, so
yeah, me and Francisco and Roy Fox, we do we call it the unholy trinity of YouTube, because our 3 channels, mine and Joe Abba, Jamming Out All Badass, and Death Metal Podcast. And we sometimes we just show up every Friday on my channel or on their channel or whatever, we just fucking talk metal.
Yeah.
Roy's
another guy.
Roy
Fox, another guy I've never officially met, but obviously I'm aware of Necroharmonic and everything, and then he's been in death metal forever. I'm sure we probably have a lot in common.
Roy's fucking cool as hell, dude. When at Metal Threat, I text him like maybe 10-15 minutes ago, "Hey, you want to stream some Metal Threat for me?" And he said, "Yeah." I just happened to be looking at my phone when you text me. So Roy, that night we were live streaming shit from his phone on my channel.
Yes, he was at Metal Threat, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody said it. Because I don't even I didn't see him or whatnot. I was like, yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, the thing is I mean, I don't know if he gives a shit who the fuck I am or whatnot. I don't know. So I mean, it's not like he was looking for me or anything like that. But I heard he was, oh wow, Roy's here. Okay, cool. I was told that he was, but I think he was upstairs and we were downstairs. Because there was an upstairs section, which I went up there briefly to because Shabathan from Enthroned, which I did that interview with him.
That was fucking killer, by the way. I love old Enthroned, so when you got that, I was like, yes.
He wanted to give me one of the t-shirts. He said, yeah, well, I want you to have a shirt. I was like, I want you to have a fucking man size, 2X or better. Said, yeah, I do. And so he walked me up there and gave me one. And so I didn't see Roy, but again, I'm not even 100%. I know I've seen him, but I don't know if I'd recognize him just in person. So never officially met him.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's very cool. Man, who the hell?
Because he's from what? He's from Jersey or New York?
Originally Jersey. He lives in upstate New York now, is what he.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it was around that
from
area,
the old Jersey scene from back in the day, for sure.
Yeah, he's put out a lot of stuff that I like, especially I remember when he did like the crematory demos and stuff. I mean, he's definitely done a bunch of really good stuff that I've been a fan of. So.
Oh yeah, Roy gets some killer cult releases on his channel, and not black metal cult and all that. But actually, really like, wow, where'd you find it? Actually, just even talking to some of them guys, I'm learning shit about death metal I didn't even know on a lot of times, man. Because the knowledge of Roy is fucking pretty insane. So as well as Francisco too.
Mm-hmm.
That's I feel like a big old poser just hanging out, like, well, yeah.
Yeah, I can hang with most people, but definitely I'm not. I don't pretend to know it all, but I can hang pretty well.
Yeah,
because of demos and shit like that. But definitely, something gets, because you got to remember, I grew up around Don and Kanye and shit, and Dwayne Morris, and those guys were all only demos are real, bro. So I mean, like,
I can see that. Yeah, I started like doing a zine in the '80s called Morbid Death, and
Yeah.
I was like fucking 85 to about 87. That's when
You
I would
started
say,
it? Wait, you started at Zine in 85?
yeah, I'm old as fuck. I'm
What the fuck? How old are you?
53.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
So yeah, I started that zine, and that's when I was most involved in the underground. Like
Okay.
them, like Wermock and what else, Repulsion and all that. I was writing them guys back then. Getting interviews from them.
Did you
And
write Nunslaughter then back in the 80s?
not in the 80s, no,
Okay. No. Okay. Yeah.
no. But I wrote like Wermock, Cryptic Slaughter, Nun. No, you're gonna make me say Nun Slaughter. Necronomicon from Germany, Creator, and all that stuff back then. It was
Hmm.
cool. And of course,
What about
Texas
bands
Ghost.
what about like in England, like bands like Napalm Death, Carcass? Did you write them in the 80s or?
I stopped probably doing the zine before that stuff was starting to blow up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I saw like 87, 88 maybe was the last issue.
Oh, she just did a couple years.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it wasn't like a long term thing, but that was like my introduction to like underground. And then, of course, talking to bands, they would tell you about other bands, and of course, you would write them back then too, and get their demo and all that, or tape
What
trade.
year? What year did you hear for the first time Seven Churches?
Oh fuck, when it came out, like 85.
Okay. And what was your reaction when you first heard it?
Oh, are you kidding? I thought it was the fucking best thing I ever heard in my life at that moment. And I still, and I'm one of those guys. That's the first death metal record.
No, I agree. Because that's why I say I consider that the first death metal record too. I mean, it's just because part of it when people will say other stuff like it's funny on my channel, some guy brought up like Onslaught, Power from Hell as an early death metal. I was like, you can argue, but honestly, when you listen to Onslaught, I was like, the vocals sound very similar to Running Wild. And I think a lot of people forget when they're defining death metal, a big part of it, like if you ask an average person where they kind of know what death metal is, but they don't know what it is, right? They kind of know the first thing that they think of, though, if they know anything about it whatsoever, is that the vocals are guttural or growling or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's got to have, like, Possessed had not thrash vocals. It had a sicker style of, it wasn't like Exodus or Megadeth or Slayer. You know what I mean? Because
It
some
was
people will
super
say,
brutal. Yeah.
yes, because some people will say something. Well, Slayer kind of with Rain and Blood maybe wrote death metal. I was like, the vocals alone make it that it's not death metal. I was like, yes, it's fast, aggressive music, but that's why I consider, Possessed the first death metal. Now, Don, I don't know if you saw my channel with one of the interviews. He considers like Sodom and the Sign of Evil the first death metal album, and I could kind of see where he's coming from. I was like, but as thinking about it after the channel, I was like, that's kind of more like I almost thought that more of as a black metal album or a black
You
and
took the
thrash
words
album.
right out of my mouth. I would go down that road on that.
Now, I will say
and
this:
I can see where he's coming from, though.
I will say this: I 100% consider Morbid Vision, Sepultura, a death metal album.
Oh, for sure.
Everything, but I mean, some people like the kiddos of today, they're like, yeah, it's thrash. I'm like, dude, how the fuck? I was like, the vocals ain't thrash. I was like, the drums ain't fucking thrash. I was like, it's not thrashy at all. I was like, it's straight up 80s death metal.
Yeah, I just don't think they can. Maybe it's hard for someone who wasn't. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, but who wasn't there to understand that type of sound when you first heard it. There's nothing to compare it to, really. Just maybe a couple other bands. Yeah, you start out today, you can jump right into Carcass, Morbid Angel, Cannibal, and all that. And of course, that's going to sound like more extreme and aggressive than say Seven Churches at the time. But like you said, when that was released, that was like cutting edge. Like there was nothing heavier than that to me at that moment.
Sure.
That and
now when Beyond the Gates came out, did you think it was a downgrade then?
Yeah.
So did I. I mean, because I didn't hear back from that because I like it to this day. But some people are like, oh, Beyond the Gates the best. I'm like, dude, I think Beyond the Gates and Eyes of Horror. I like them. I enjoy them. I listen to them to this day. Swing in the Ass, Confessions. I mean, it's great songs on there.
No, I like it. Yeah.
But I was like, it's definitely a downgrade for fucking Seven Churches.
Yeah, the guitar tone, just alone. You had that wall of fucking noise on Seven Churches, just heavy as hell. And then it's just this thin guitar tone on Beyond the Gates. And it's thrashier and even in the riffing too. It's thrashier
100%.
riff.
That's what when people call Possessed a thrash band, I was like, I'll give you Beyond the Gates stuff. I can understand that. I was like, but not Seven Churches. I've always considered that. Yeah, their very first death metal full length album.
Only Seven Churches is real. And like people talk about like Onslaught. To me, that always reminds me of like a Metal Discharge, though. that first album.
Yeah.
It went thrash on the Force and all that.
100%.
It really changed.
Totally,
But yeah, it was like a brutal discharge album. Still fucking great and loved it. But it ain't gonna compare to Seven Churches, not in my book. No fucking.
No, I 100% agree. 1,000% agree. But somebody recently asked that when they brought, I was like, you can make the argument that it's in the first generation death metal genre. Because when I think of first generation death metal, I've said it a million times. I think Possessed, I think Death, I think Massacre, Necrovore, fucking Obituary, things like that. Just first generation death metal. I even put I think Insanity, Fire, Death, Fate demo. I think of things like that as first generation death metal. Yep. So I was like, you can argue it's in there, but I was like, listen, I don't know, man. Like I said, just vocally alone, I was like, it sounds to me like Running Wild. And I was like, I never considered Running Wild a death metal band. However, they are the first band on that comp that was called death metal, with Running Wild, Hellhammer.
Oh yeah.
Halloween, Blind. What was it? Blind. What was the other band? Dark Avenger.
Yeah.
4 bands on the comp, and I love that comp. 2 tracks each band. It's called death metal. It's like, yeah, but that was the type. I mean, none of that stuff. I mean, maybe Hellhammer. You know what I mean?
Hellhammer probably, yeah, for sure, the closest thing to actual death metal on that.
Correct. But I mean, Halloween, what the fuck? And I like Halloween. I love Walls of Jericho. You know what I mean? Yeah. But come on,
that's good power metal. I mean, it's power metal, and it's cool. Yeah, I think a lot of people are agreeing that Seven Churches. The first Onslaught demo was hardcore punk.
100% is. There's multiple Onslaught demos. I have one of them for sure on an LP, and there's only 100 pressed, and it's very kind of more punkish. It's really good. It's been was Systematic something, I think it's called, the demo. But I got that 15 years ago. Man, there's only 100 hand numbered copies.
Oh, I noticed earlier in the chat they were all congratulating you on the Corpse Grinder interview.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy to get that. The thing is, dude, the interview would have been even longer if you noticed toward the end. I kind of cut it off. The reason I did, because it was already over 40 minutes. I wasn't sure how much memory I got on this fucking phone, because every now and then it's like, yeah, you're out of memory. I didn't want to cut off in the middle of the goddamn thing. But dude, literally
something cool he's gonna be ready to say something cool, and it's all boop.
Exactly, correct. After the interview, dude, I'm not even joking. We hung out, him and I, and talked for another 2 hours.
Oh,
so cool. He would have easily just kept going. He doesn't shut the fuck up.
You could have done a 2-parter, put it in 2 fucking.
Yeah, totally could have. Yeah, again, but I didn't know how much space, because this phone actually is pretty new for me too. I've only had it for 2 months, and I'm horrible with these things too.
Dylan saying no Jeff Becerra interview. He talked about that earlier.
I don't know. Some of these guys, I don't know if they have selective hearing, or granted, I'm not that important to remember or memorize everything I fucking said. But I did say primarily I would shoot for Jeff Becerra when they come to Cleveland, which is not tomorrow. It's Sunday. Now I said I'll try in Carolina as well. I was like, but I know I at least got a second chance and a better chance in Cleveland. I was like, because I'll be tied up with Corpse Grinder. I was like, that's numero uno, because I was like, if I don't get Corpse Grinder now, I'm never getting them. As at least in Cleveland, I was like, I might have a shot with Becerra.
Yeah.
So, and then people are like, oh, don't you? Then people are like, oh, J-Dawg lost the bet. I'm like, how did I lose the goddamn bet? Fucking weekend hasn't come yet. They're like, yeah, you got the Corpse Grinder interview. So I was like, I never said that for Corpse Grinder. I said it for Becerra. I was like, you guys listen to it, or you? I was like, you put my videos on with fucking earplugs in. I mean, I didn't say. I never said Corpse Grinder. I was like, as long as McAtee gave me the okay, which he did extremely late. I was like, and if I go, I was like, if he gave me the okay, I'm fairly certain I would get it. I was pretty confident. Now I will say this: I was kind of shitting bricks for the first few hours, because he was there all day Friday, hanging out and shooting the shit. I wasn't there. Eric, my brother, was, and he was already vending. And he said, yeah, Corpse Grinder's here. He's there. And basically, he was hanging out with the fans. And I guess he got pretty fucking hammered, everybody said. So I got there at noon and started. The doors open noon on Saturday. Friday, I was driving down. I couldn't do both days, right? I'm there Saturday at noon. He's not there. 5 o'clock, he's still not there. 5:30, still not there. I'm like, this motherfucker ain't showing up. I'm like, fuck. And because even McAtee told me, he's like, yeah, he's like, dude, he was pretty lit last night. I'm sure he's hungover. I'm like, God damn it, just my fucking luck. I was like, because Eric's like, God, he's like, dude, you should have came yesterday. He's like, you definitely would have got him yesterday. He's like, he was just walking the fuck around. I'm like, God fucking damn it. And then, so I'll give you a little bit back, because I didn't tell this on my channel. So what happened was, dude, is he finally showed up. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. People told me, yeah, George is here. I go in where the show is, because all the vendors were outside, right? So I go in and I see him. Of course, he's cluttered up with people, blah, blah, blah. Got to shuffle your way through in there. And then he starts talking. Another guy kind of starts walking the board to the bar with the guy, and I kind of grabbed George by the shoulder. I was like, "Hey, George," I was like, "I'm Justin from Hell's Headbangers." Not that means anything to him, but I was like, "I'm the guy that John McEntee contacted you before to shoot that interview."
Yeah.
You know what? Oh yeah, man. Well, I was gonna have a beer here with my buddy, but yeah, we could do it after or whatever. I was like, well, I already got that from Sadistic Intent. Yeah. Later, it never happens. So I don't know what that means. I was like, so yeah. Later, I was like,
Sure, I'll see you in a minute.
A beer takes 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes. So I'm thinking that. Let's just hang out. I'll have a beer with you, brah. So he's like, I was like, all right, well, how about after the beer? And he's kind of like, I don't think he expected that answer. He's kind of like, oh, yeah, okay. He's like, well, let's want to just head outside? And I was like, yeah. So I'm like, I'm not letting this guy on my site because I know where this is going if I do.
Yeah.
We head outside, right? And me and my boy, my buddy Randy, he was going to record for me because Lindsay usually does my wife, she usually does all the recording. She couldn't come down. There was this family function that she couldn't get out. So she couldn't come down. So I just went by myself. I need a goddamn cameraman. Randy's like, sure, I'll do it. I knew he's going to be reliable. So both of us followed George out. We're walking the parking lot off to the side strip of these cars. He's walking with a beer in his hand. His buddy's got a beer. I'm kind of following him. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I mean, I kind of said follow me, but same time, I kind of feel a little weird, like a doggy following them. And then they go inside this van. I'm like, I'm stopping here. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm not getting inside of the van with these two fucking men. Yeah. And they're in there for fucking ever. Me and Randy were standing out there with our dicks in a hand, just waiting around. I'm like, dude, he can't possibly still be in this van. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm like, I was like, after 10 minutes, I'm like, he's got to be done with that beer. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe he's smoking fucking weed with them. So he's got to be done with that. I'm like, fuck, maybe he's smoking weed and blowing coke. And even Randy's like, well, dude, even if he is, it don't take that long, man. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, are they sucking each other's dicks? I was like, how long does this fucking take? And then another like 20 minutes went by. I'm like, dude, there's no way he's still in that fucking van. I was like, he had to have like taken a back alley fucking way. Dude, there's no way. There's only one way out of here. We would have saw him. Like, I'm just telling you, man. I'm not even officially sure which van they got into because there was a line of cars. I was like, there's no way they're still sitting there. Physically impossible to be sitting there with another man with one beer take that goddamn long. I was like, you can't do it if you try. I was like, he's not in there. Sure enough, dude. So we walk away or whatever, go back to my booth, whatever. I think about 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later, and Randy's like, hey, dude, I'm going to go up to the Mexican restaurant and get a burrito. I was all right, cool. He's like, you want to come with me? He's like, I'm on the phone. I was like, dude, here's the thing is I'm waiting to see if this guy's walking around there. I was like, I know goddamn well the minute I leave this fucking stand, he's going to walk over here and be like, where you at, dude? I was like, if I don't leave, I won't see him. But if I do leave, that'll happen. So I was like, you can go, whatever. So I went back in to take a piss, and I see him. He's at the bar. I knew he snaked his way back in or something. And I go back up. So I'm like, hey, George, man, how about that? You good for that interview? He's like, where'd you go, man? He's like, I turned around and you were gone. I said, come on out here. I was like, what the fuck? You just left. I was like, oh, well, I didn't mean that. I didn't know that was code for come inside a van with me. I was like, I don't want to be like this puppy dog following you around like I'm.
I totally get that. That'd be weird because what if it wasn't and you just.
Exactly.
And they're like, "What the fuck you doing?"
Yeah, exactly. Dude, 100%. That's exactly. So I'm like, because even Randy's like, he's like, because I'm looking at Randy, he's like, "Did we just follow him?" I was like, "Kind of said that." And I was like, "But I don't know, dude. I'm stopping here. I feel fucking weird."
Yeah.
So that was so awkward. When that happened, I was like, like I said, I was like, "Fuck, dude." I was like, "I'm gonna get fucked in this interview. I'm gonna get DP to my ass, drove 7 hours down here for nothing." I was like, "It ain't looking good." But no, he had every intention to do it. He was thrilled to do it. I mean, but so there was nothing like that. But at first I didn't know. I was like, God damn, this ain't looking good, man. It's fucking 7, 8. Well, you saw when I recorded, it was already nighttime. So keep in mind, like I got there at noon. That's how long it took me. I'm like, this ain't looking good, man. I was like,
what time was it actually when you actually did the interview? Do you remember?
Had to been around 8, 9 p.m.
Ooh, that's past a work day there waiting around.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I was getting a little worried. I was like, I don't think I'm going to get it.
Francisco said he heard from a little birdie that Eric was doing all the work at the Hell's Table and Justin was signing autographs.
Hey, dude, that's the thing is, man, since I'm the company public figurehead, whether that's a good thing, bad thing, or they don't agree or disagree, which seems because that's everyone knows what I look like now, kind of comes with the territory. You got to go out there and,
hang out. You got to represent. You're the front man of the band at this point, right? Correct.
Which is hilarious, dude, because all the years the front man was always Chase. And Chase is now, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know who Chase is, but that's always everyone Chase. It's funny. I remember one time, I think it was on the NWM board. This is like 15 years ago or something, right? and somebody was ripping on us about something Hell's Headbanger, something about a record got damaged or whatever. And then one of the old customers rocking, like, no, dude, you didn't get a damaged record from Hell's. Chase knows how to pack a record. We all just started busting out laughing and stuff because Chase like, dude, I've never packed a record in my life because he's never done that to me. But everybody knew Chase, you know what I mean? So, but now the tables have kind of turned. It's only because I did the YouTube channel, which it was kind of for several reasons, not so much company advertisement, although I was like, nonetheless, I was like, if nothing else, it would be company advertisement, right? But it was for other kind of personal reasons too. Like, I'll give you one personal reason that I want to do it. For example, like getting a corpse grinder interview, right? If I die next week, I've always said for years, I kind of want to leave my thumbprint on this fucking planet with something. And now I have videos that are archived for eternity. Like, oh, here's this fucking Justin Horval fucking nobody. But I at least did something, you know what I mean? As opposed to when most people die, people have no idea who the fuck you are. I feel like I kind of did something and left it for the world and my ideas and thoughts, even though I might just talking to the goddamn camera. These are my thoughts. These are my ideas. These are my beliefs. And I try to make people laugh and entertain people. Take it or leave it. I was like, if you agree with it, cool. If you don't agree with it, also cool. It makes no difference to me either way. This is me being me. If you take something away from it, great. But this is me, and it's put out there because I'm not going to live forever. None of us are. No. So like that was the main reason, kind of what inspired me to do it for that. Because otherwise, I was like, I'm just kind of lost in the shadows. I'm in this warehouse. I was like, the last 20 goddamn years. I mean, most people don't even know who I am. I mean, some people, the like bands and shit behind the scenes. There's people in the underground that knew who I was, or local bands, you know, whether it been, you know, Don the Dead, Jim Kanye, Dwayne Morris, Chris Dora, Paul Ribbage, guys like that. And we'll see Mike Hughes, guys in the local malls. Yeah, they knew who I was. But me going to a chainsaw fest, nobody there would have knew who the fuck I was. You know what I mean? Other than Mac, I knew McEntee before. Things like that. Guys in the undergrads we worked with in camp. But outside that, nobody would have been coming up to like, hey, J-Dawg. No one knew who the fuck I was. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, so, for sure.
So that's
you
kind
weren't
of the reason.
Public face of a company.
No, yeah, but like I said, that wasn't the reason for doing it. The whole public, you know what I mean? But that just kind of comes with it, and it's cool.
How is it now after the YouTube and when you go to shows? Are you like, obviously you're getting people coming up to you more? Is it surprising, or is it what you expect, or how's that?
Well, the most surprising was Metal Threat. That because, dude, I had for sure, no doubt, 100 people come up to me minimum.
Damn.
Yeah. Like either come up, ask for a picture, sign something, want to talk to me, hang out. Yeah, easily 100. Easily 100. I wasn't expecting that. I thought like 10. And then at Chainsaw, there was probably like 12 to 15. Mm-hmm. At local shows, I get it every time, maybe one or two here because most people have already met me multiple times. Even the guys that didn't know who I was, now they're at shows. Now they do. Like, oh, okay. Fuck. So they met me a year ago now. So, but like Possessed, there are probably one or two other new ones because it's almost always like the last show I went to was Spider in Cleveland. That was 2 weeks ago or so, and I had 2 new people come up to me.
Okay, but that's cool though. I mean,
yeah,
it's working. At least you know it's working. You know, people know who you
are.
Oh
yeah, 1,000%. Now, for example, like in Milwaukee, I'm sure there'll be a whole nother host of people.
Oh yeah. Well, Milwaukee's obviously going to be a little mix too of bands and everything. Where Metal
That's
Threat
part of the reason why we want to go. Jamie Josta emailed me through the Hell's Headbangers, and I do the emails for Hell's service emails. He emailed me and invited us out, and I said, I was like 90% chance, yes. I was like, it was literally the day I left for Chainsaw. It was the Friday. I was like, I'm getting ready to leave here in an hour. I was like, let me get back to you tomorrow. I was like, I'm driving down to North Carolina now. And I was like, I'll talk it over to Eric, who does the balls of the vending, as Francisco noticed. I was like, if Eric's up for it, I'll do it. So let me talk to him. Talk to Eric. Told him about it. The reason he's like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. Which is what I thought. He's like, because it's a mix. I mean, you're gonna have Anthrax there, Biohazard. Which am I pumped to see? You're gonna watch? No, but as for a business move, there's gonna be a lot of Hell's who. So it's good advertisement. And then you're going to get the people that are fans too. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I mean, I know no one wants to talk about that part, but, you know, it is a business and it is nice to, you know, to make some money from, you know, something.
Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, yeah, again, people like, if they don't understand that, it's like, number one, if we go out of business, I can't, well, then you don't have whatever you like from us coming out. I was like, and number two, I was like, it's a lot of work. I was like, so yeah, of course I'm going to get paid for my time. I was like, if you saw the day in, day out, all of it, yes, you might have the the kind of like the shell shock, fucking, oh, fuck yeah, this is awesome for a week to 10 days. After that, it become very abundantly obvious to even the diehard of diehards, like, oh, man, this is just a full-time job work. So, yeah, it's not, you're not just, again, I've used the analogy. People, I know there for a fact, as people think, maybe not as direct to this, but similar, they just think it's fucking listening to demos, drinking beer, eating pizza, and getting blowjob. I was like, there's none of that going on.
No.
You know what I mean? It's lifting boxes, fucking load packaging, emails, dumb shit. Hey, I didn't get my pack. Dealing with DHLs, it's just dumb shit. You're just around cool. You're just around cool.
Complaining about
correct. You're just around cool stuff. That's the only goddamn perk. I was like, outside that, it's the mundane grind that you're doing at whatever job you hate doing, which is what most people are doing is a job they hate. Not that I hate doing it. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the day to day is put this way. We've had multiple people that have worked here before. People in the metal too. They quit on their own terms. I've only had to fire one and a half people.
1.5.
Yeah.
Was they a midget or something? Why was it a half?
The half was kind of like the person quits, but we kind of forced them out. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Like they do it.
So they weren't officially fired, but one of them I officially let go after he was here for 2 weeks. This isn't going to work.
Yeah, to hit the road.
Yeah, but there was but I mean, other than that, we've had multiple people. Most of them did listen to metal. There's a couple exceptions. They quit on their own terms, so they didn't. Obviously, they didn't think it was that great. It's like, yeah, it's not what you think it is.
Okay, we gotta take one from Frazier because I know he's been asking questions all through here, so I'm gonna give him one. I got a question. What do y'all sell the most, CDs or records or tape? What's the most?
It'd be as a whole. I mean, they swap back and forth day to day, CDs to LPs, but as a whole, CDs first, LPs a close second, and tapes a distant third.
There you go, Frazier. You got your answer.
Yeah.
I did want to ask. This is one. What state do you get the most orders from? Do you have an idea? Or who are the top if you can't name one?
I would say New York, California, and probably Texas.
Oh, I was sweating there because I was like, man, everybody in Texas, they're always ordering. So we got to represent.
One of those three. As far as foreign countries, without a doubt, the number one we get, but it's because it count is Canada. Without a doubt, Canada. After that, I would say Germany, France, Spain. Probably something around that.
And do people? I mean, obviously, the shipping to Europe. Do you guys have like a better deal than post office, or do they pay those crazy?
I mean, our overseas we use DHL, and it is a better deal, but I mean, it is a cheaper deal. But it comes with its own problems too.
Okay. No ETD though. Oh yeah. Did you sell some ETD cassettes today? Everybody was curious about that earlier.
Yeah, I think it went up. I think Francisco checked the site already, so they went up today, Friday, on the new arrivals. I guess they're all sold out. Granted, we only got like 10 or so. Did a trade for them, and I guess Francisco was just playing Dick Tracy and trying to see how many got left. So he tried to order one and said it was out of stock. I think so. I did see we sold some. I didn't know if we sold them all, but yeah. So if the label has more.
Francisco has. You're not on social media, but Francisco has the best sell campaign for his ETD stuff because he's using Instagram models and slapping ETD logos on them. And
well, as we're doing the because that's a demo tape we got. He said somebody else is doing a CD of it and another label, but we're doing the vinyl version of it.
Yeah.
The problem is it won't be. I'm sure it won't be out till next year with pressing times and our schedule, but it is laid out. He saw the layout, so I mean, we're definitely doing it. It's not like kind of maybe. It's 100% happening. Layout is done, and layouts ain't free. They don't just magically get themselves done. We have to pay someone to do them. So,
are you serious? Things you got to pay for things.
Yeah,
some guy going, I love metal. I'll do it for free. I don't need
right. So, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that release. But yeah, no, the cassettes, I guess, like I said, it was only like 10. I mean, sold out, 12 hours of being posted? So that's always cool. And that doesn't happen for everything. We don't get 10 copies of everything. It sells out 12 hours. I can tell you right now, we've had stuff where you get 10 and it takes fucking 2 years and they're still sitting there. So, that comes with the territory. You stop, if you're going to pull the fucking, let's be hell marked, the fucking biggest metal distro in the world of metal music, you're gonna get the turds that fucking hang around.
Speaking of, I'm going to do a little grifting for my band. If you need Pius Levis cassettes, I know Hell's Headbanger has some because
Oh, do we?
Aaron yeah, and
We
I
have some.
was like, Aaron sold out from Goat Throne.
Yeah, got get it from Hell's, goddamn. Yeah, because
Yeah,
people
get
ask
'em
me all
from
the time.
Hell.
They'll ask me at shows, "Hey, do you have this in stock?" I was like, "I know we did." I'm like, "Dude, what do you think? I'm a walking inventory?" I was like, "I'm going to
Let me check my brain here.
yeah." I was like, "It's archived." It's archived. I was like, I could tell you, I know we've had it. We've had it. I was like, "Do we have any left?" I was like, "I couldn't tell you. I don't know."
That's always funny though when people think you would just know these random things off your head. Hey, I like 3 years ago I saw on your site you had this CD. Is that still available? Like, how would I fucking know? That's fucking 3 years ago, man.
There is that, but what also shocks me too is just kind of being asked in general. I'm just like, you just said it yourself. You saw it on the site. Why don't you just check the website? I was like, if it's on the website, we have like some people think like they email too, like we're holding out on them. Like, hey, are you sure you don't have a copy laying around? I was like, dude, this is a business where stuff comes in. We want to sell it. We don't want to just hoard it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not running a museum.
If we have it, it's on the site.
That's hilarious. I guess some people think, too, maybe it is like a museum, but I also like the stereotypes too. Like people think, like bands are showing up every day and you guys are like probably having like band rehearsals in your warehouse.
I know for a fact they think this shit. I'll tell you why I know they're thinking it.
And then the strippers come in later with blow, and everything's just awesome at the fucking.
They're probably thinking that too, but they're definitely thinking bands are hanging out, jamming, partying. Fuck yeah, J-Dawg's approving their goddamn rehearsals, giving them tips like, "Hey, play it like this, bro." Because dude, I've had more than once, way more than once. It's been a while though since someone said this, but I have been emailed multiple times. I'm just like, what? Like, why would you even think to ask that? They specifically asked it about Impure Wrath from Black Witchery and Werewolf from Satanic Warmaster. They're like, hey, before you ship this out, can you have Impure Wrath sign it and Werewolf?
Oh, sure, I'll fly him in.
I'm like, yeah, he's right around the corner. Let me go get him. I'm like, dude, at the time, like Werewolf, I was like, I never even met the guy. And actually, there was somebody else that they asked it for, another band that was on our label. I'm like, dude, they're on our label. I was like, I've never even met the guy in my life. I was like, you think he's just hanging out here because on the label? I was like, he lives in a totally different fucking country. Like, why? Like, what do you think's going on?
I don't know what to say to that type of stuff either. It's like,
right. But that's, like I said, that's happened more than once for more than one. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I some of the people, I was like, I just flat out don't get it. Just flat out.
Sometimes you just want to like write a smart ass answer back, like, well, on the next full moon, I'll see if I can hunt them down and get them to fucking autograph this.
Well, because the thing is that kills me too, and you're like, maybe they're just young and don't know. But then I go back to myself, right?
When you were younger,
when I was a kid, 14 years old, I didn't think Corpse Grinder was hanging down at Metal Blade. Like that didn't even cross my mind.
I kind of knew better than that, They didn't. They didn't live Metal Blade Records,
Right, exactly. I just knew that. Like I was like, so kind of like, so I'm almost trying to justify it. Like when I got this, well, maybe, and then I'm stopping to think. I was like, I don't know. I was ordering from Relapse all the time. I didn't think John McEntee was hanging down there. I didn't think Will Romer was down there. Hey, can you have Will sign my CD? Like that never once crossed my mind once.
They all lived in this big house together, just doing all this cool metal stuff, and
exactly.
and the warehouses in the back. I mean, it's kind of fun, because kids, but. How old are you though? If you're, like a certain.
And dude, I've gotten emails for order related shit that I kind of can't repeat publicly for some stuff just because business related.
Sure.
That you're just like fucking wow, dude. Like I can't even believe you're asking me this. Like just dumb shit where you're like, dude, like come on, man. Like you shouldn't need to ask that.
Have you ever? Oh, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying I've seen it. Shit that would just make your jaw drop.
What you don't gotta name the bands, but have you like ever tried to sign a band? And maybe you already talked about this everywhere. And what are like some of the most insane like requests? Like they had to get the signature. Like anything like Overboard or.
You mean to get a band on board?
Yeah, like like would they ever say anything like crazy? Like like we need I don't know, 10 grand or something, or something like that. Or have you ever had anybody do anything weird like that?
Yes. Now, don't be wrong. Some bands, I wouldn't have a problem paying 10 grand. It depends on who it is.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about someone who obviously is new, not like established band.
Funny you say that number. I'm definitely not going to say who it is. Some of the inside guys that don't work that might watch this will know exactly. I know why one buddy will know. There's a band. They've never even done an album. They've done some demos, and nobody knows who they are outside the state that they're in. I'll leave the state even anonymous.
Okay.
And yeah, we were asked about doing their demos on vinyl and shit. Yeah, that's the exact number he threw out there. Yeah, I'm going to need 10 grand. Like, what? I was like, dude, we'll press like 500 LPs, maybe a CD. I was like, nobody knows who the fuck you are. I was like, I just want to do it because they're old, cool 80s demos. And want it out for myself. I was like, they'll eventually move. By the way, it's going to take 2.5 to 3 years to move for a release like that. You know, if it's not a much of an art up mark, you know, maybe cost us 10 to make, and we sell them for 15, whatever. There's not like big margins on it. I'm like, 10, you're out of your fucking mind, dude. I was like, no. I was like, why would you even think you're worth that? But so yes, that has happened. But yes, there's a specific band that I can think of that is the exact number that they said yes.
Yes, 10 grand seems to be the magic number for the people who are delusional. I'm gonna need 10 grand. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell you point blank right here. If, for example, because Mortician, I don't know what's going on a new album, and they plan on doing it themselves and stuff like that. I think maybe years ago when they were still talking about it, I asked Will, and Will's like, "Well, we're gonna do the CD ourselves, but I would like Hells to do the vinyl." I don't know if that offer still stands. This was years ago and it still wasn't out. But if they said, hey guys, 10 grand, you can do the CD LP, I'd pay them 10 grand in 2 seconds for Mortician to do the new album for them, because that I know the units we would move, and that's justifiable. But that's a 10 grand band. I would be like, oh shit, that's a pretty good deal. You know what I mean? But I can tell you right now, if I emailed them right now and offered them 10 grand, they'd be like, is that a joke? Like, there's no way we're going for it.
Yeah, see, there you go. Francisco says, I asked Hells for a number 1 from Whataburger.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good deal for you guys. Shit, yeah. Sign them up. Fucking one combo.
I don't think we have a Whataburger out here. I know of it, but I don't think we have one. I don't even know if there's one in Ohio. Is that more of a southern thing? But I've heard of it.
for sure in Texas, and they got bought by everybody was here in Texas getting really like all worked up because it used to be Texas based, and the ownership sold it to some group in Chicago like a couple.
Just like we don't have any Jack in the Box either, but you guys have that over there, right?
Yeah, you don't have Jack in the Box?
Nope. It's more of a West Coast thing. So like when we go to Arizona and shit, and I've been to California, I've been to a Jack in the Box when I was out there, but in Ohio, no. The only time I heard the only time I heard of Jack in the Box is I heard about it, and it went over my head. I didn't even know what it was in Pulp Fiction.
Really?
He said, where'd you get a burger? Was it Wendy's, McDonald's, Jack in the Box? I didn't even like the Jack in the Box one. Like, I didn't know
what is that? What about? Okay, this is totally. We're gonna go off the fucking road here. What about In-N-Out Burger? Is that out there?
No, but I've been there. I've been to In-N-Out in Vegas, and also in Arizona. We went actually the last 2 times we went with my sister-in-law to In-N-Out Burger. Yeah, they have it there in Arizona too, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, what the Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. We do, but there's not one close to me. The closest one's like 45 minutes, but they're in Ohio. But they're not like every city. For example, like every city you'll have a McDonald's, an Arby's, a Burger King, Taco Bell, and Chick-fil-A's are popping up like a motherfucker too in almost every city. Five Guys are extremely popular. Those in the last 10 years, those are almost in every city now.
Yeah, you go to Five Guys, you better have some money on you.
Oh, I know, dude. Every time I go to Five Guys, if I'm just getting like burgers for like just me and Lindsay, dude, I'm not even joking. I think every time it's like $45 or something.
Oh, looks like he froze up for a second.
Oh yeah, for just 2 people, $45 for a couple.
Yeah,
burgers.
Isn't that shit outrageous? Yeah, I'm eating some burgers here. Yes, they give you a lot of fucking fries, but
not $45 worth of fries.
$45 worth. That's before you get your soda. What the fuck?
Yeah. I know exactly.
I'm like, because literally you could go to a sit-down restaurant for that price.
That's 100%. That's exactly what I think every time. I was like, I could literally.
Why'd I fucking spend $45 here?
Dude, I'm thinking to myself at that time. I was like, if I want to get a kind of a gourmet burger, even a more gourmet burger than Five Guys, because Five Guys is kind of a gourmet burger compared to McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
But even more of a step up than that, I could go in and dine in at Longhorn Restaurant, get a burger and fries. It's probably even a little bit more gourmet. I was like, actually, my bill might even be cheaper if Lindsay and I was to dine in at Longhorn. Probably get the free bread, and say we just got burger and fries. Let's say we each got a Diet Coke, no beers. If you get beers, then it's going to price.
Yeah,
I was like, honestly, the bill might be less than $45.
And you're getting a steakhouse burger.
That's what I mean. Exactly.
Yeah. What, Five Guys?
So, I noticed it. I told her, time to get a Five Guys. Sometimes Lindsay wants it or whatever, or Brody wants it, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I like them, but I'm like, every time, I'm like, God damn, this place is a fucking rip-off.
I hate
so
that
what do you do? I just bite the bullet and fucking take it in the ass like I usually do, and not willingly because I like it, but it's just the way life is.
My dad now would had a heart attack at the counter when he gets the price because I don't know about you, but older guys will be like, "Holy shit, did you ring that up right?" And I'm like, "Dad, cool down." God damn, that's a lot for a burger.
I will say this: the first time I was there in a while, like there was a big stretch because there wasn't any near us, and they built one that's like about 8-minute drive from us. Right prior to that, the closest one was like 30 minutes, so we didn't go often at all. So there was a few year stretch where I didn't go to Five Guys, and the first time I did when they built the one near us, honestly, dude, my reaction was similar to your dad's when I heard the price. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, did you ring it? Did you you had on this like that can't be rung up, right? I was like, that can't honestly be the price. I was like, I got 3 burgers and 2 fries. I was like, there's no way it's that much.
I know, did you ring it up double or some shit?
So I kind of now I just know when I get them. All right, there's a shit price. But my first time in several years, I kind of did react like he did. Man, and yelled at him, but I'm like, dude, that can't be right.
My wife got mad at me because when we were first dating, right? This is off up. Well, kind of. I didn't know this makeup shit was so fucking expensive. We went. We went into Ulta and she bought to me this looked like a couple pencils, and I'm like, hey, I'll get that for you. And they rung it up and they're like $91. And I literally thought they combined my order with the fucking person in front of me. And I yelled down to the other person. I go, hey, I don't think you paid for yours. And the people were, and my wife, well, she wasn't my wife at the time, but she's like, hey, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? $91 for a couple of pencils? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lindsay will definitely get stuff sometimes too. I'm like, what the fuck? It's that much? Yeah,
and it always got a good justification why,
always. Dude, always, especially
new
go to
blah
Kohl's
blah blah.
Dude, they go to Kohl's or something like that. Well, it was 60% off. Does you ever notice that? Isn't it funny that Kohl's has 60% discounts off year round? I was like, you realize it's more? Yeah. I was like, no, that's just what they put on there. Like, I'm going to start putting that on Hell's. LP's $19.99. It was originally $35, 60% off. It's like, no, it was never.
We got a deal now.
Yeah, I was like, no, it was always $19.99. You just put the bullshit price on there to make someone think you're getting 60% off. I was like, that's all they're doing.
Yeah, and maybe you can have Hell's Cash. You can hey, spend $500. We'll give you $10. Oh.
We talked about doing similar shit like that, not because we really want to, because people ask, people ask for point systems and shit like that. We've thrown them. It's got vaguely mentioned just because it doesn't get asked a lot, but every now and again we do get emailed. Hey, do you guys do a point system and shit like that? And I'm not against it. I just one more thing to fucking think about. I was like, I don't know exactly what we would do, but
I never understood all that fucking shit.
That's where I'm at. I kind of don't either. Dude, I'll tell you one thing. You know what? Something makes my dick itch more than anything, because I don't do this. Is I got this at North Carolina Fest too. Guy bought 2 CDs, right? And the total was like
actually pretty good. Double dollars.
Yeah, that's a good ring to it.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
But this guy at Carolina Fest, this happens very often. He buys 2 CDs, so not an outlandish order, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, how much would that be? I'm like, $30. Like, so what kind of deal do I get? I was like, the deal is the price that's on the goddamn sticker, $30. That's the deal. But it's like one thing. I mean, if you were buying like $500,
I was gonna say.
I was like, I could see asking, but me personally, I don't ask. I just like, hey man, especially it's like, dude, come on, man. This isn't like some goddamn car dealership where you're dealing with some billion dollar fucking corporate ass fucking canoe who's got money pouring out of his fucking ears. You know what I mean? This is a mom and pop shop. I was like, I'm not a millionaire. I don't know if you realize that or not. I'm not even close to a fucking millionaire. I mean, I make a comfortable living, but I'm far, far, far from a fucking millionaire. I was like, and you're buying 2 CDs, bro. bro. Like that is the deal.
Exactly, dude. What type of deal can I like? Whoa, big spender. Yeah, man.
That's exactly. But dude, that happens all the time. Kind of. So it's just that. But even with everything outside of Hell's, I can't think of what else it's happened for. Maybe I'm just at a flea market and I heard him asking somebody else. I just always thought that was annoying because that never. I don't think like that. I just know they tell me the price.
That's definitely flea market mentality. You know, like what can you sell me this? And I can kind of see it going on there, but not like at a fest. You know, where it's obviously at least spend $100. You know, and ask. I mean. I could, I still think that I wouldn't do it myself either, but yeah, I could see, like, okay, I'm spending all this money. Can you cut me a break on, a little?
Correct. That's what I'm saying. If you're actually spending a big order, it makes that at least I could justify it. Again, I personally don't, but I could see why somebody could or would. But not off 2 discs. Like, what the fuck? That's literally what it was. It's like the deal is the price that's on the stickers. That's the deal.
What a cheapskate, man. That's a kind of a
I mean, how much did you think you were going to get off? Like, what if I said, all right, man, instead of 30, give me 28. Like, what are you going to do with the $2?
No shit. Where's $2 going to get you now?
You literally can't even buy a beer at a show with that.
Can't even buy water.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like what? Like, did it change your life at all? You know what I mean?
Like, you're gonna go tell your buddies, yeah, man, Hell's totally hooked me up, man. Paid me $2. Like that movie, exactly. $2. Like, whoa,
I was like, and you gotta. I was like, the thing is, what some people maybe at a fest or something like that don't understand. Like us to go to Milwaukee, for example. I was like, do you realize? So we're selling the stuff at our retail price, which is on the site or whatever, right? So that was our markup price from what we had to buy it for, right? Wholesale trade, whatever we got it for. I was like, but to go to these events, it's not free. The table, it's a big chunk of change, and we got to rent a U-Haul. They don't give out U-Hauls for free, and you got gas to fucking drive there. 6 to 7 hour drive, brah, both ways. And what do you think? We should sleep out in the fucking U-Haul? No, you got to get a fucking hotel. I don't sleep in crack whore hotels, so it's 150 to 200 a night. It's like there's expenses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you aren't doing. I don't even thought of it that way, dude. You aren't doing a markup, but yeah, I mean it's costing.
They don't know it. It's just again, dude. They think when they see metal that it's all rainbows, blowjobs, fucking hookers blowing coke, pizza parties, listen to demos. Fuck yeah, just demo after demo. You just sits around, proves demos, blows cokes, fucking bangs hookers, bro. Metal lifestyle. Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's honestly what some of these guys think.
We make the chicks drive you up there while you just get drunk, blasting death metal.
Exactly. Yeah, in the back of the van. Exactly. Yeah, the chicks are driving. Another couple fucking blowing me. I'm drinking beers, listening to demos. Yeah, that's the ride up. Dude, I think that's what the fuck some of these guys. I mean, the intelligent ones I know don't, but some I'm like, whoo. I was like,
I had people like, man, touring must be fun, and this, and I go, yeah, it is, but most of the time you're stuck. Your view for most of the day is an 18-wheeler's ass, because you're on the road.
I'm sure when I hear the stories, I heard of a man. I mean, you're snuggled up with another fucking man too for fucking 8 hours straight, or because you're with the band members. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you are. You're stuck with these guys all fucking day.
I was like, I don't know about you. I mean, maybe when I was 18, that would have been fun, but fuck, that wouldn't be fun at all to me now. I was like, I don't want to be hanging out with a bunch of dudes for hours on end and then share a hotel room with fucking more dudes. I like my privacy. I'm like, that ain't fun at all. I was like, I wouldn't like that whatsoever.
Or you were dumb in scheduling your tour, so you got to drive overnight to the next city every time. Next thing you know, you haven't had a shower and sleep. In 3 or 4 fucking days. And yeah, I mean, I ain't doing that shit no more. Yeah, it's fun when you're younger. Fraser says, I fucking sausage fest? Hell no.
Dude, Fraser, he does not. Dude, he's like the worst proofreading typer before he hits submit, like ever. But yeah,
I think he's doing voice to
text. That's what Francisco told me.
Yeah, it just comes out.
I was like, dude, he leaves messages on my YouTube sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck is this supposed to say? I can't even make any sense of it.
It's part of
the metal shows. It's total sausage fest.
Get a blowjob and getting driving. See, yeah. No, hookers blow. I get, but rainbows. Okay.
Well, so stormy clouds for Francisco, since he's he's down with darkness and evil, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. He's
He likes
Francisco is
rain.
like the most brutal, evil underground death metaler in the fucking Texas. Okay, what is this? Dog, did you attend? This is from Dylan.
You know,
Did you attend Anal Cunt Slash Show ever in Cleveland? I thought I heard you talk about this
the
one.
thing is, I might have because I saw Anal Cunt a couple times. They played with Nunslaughter. What was the very last one? Do you remember? Was that with Nunslaughter? And then there's that Cunt Slaughter box set that came out. Was that the last one? I remember when there was talk of it being the last one, but because the Anal Cunt I never really cared about, to be honest with you. The Morbid Florist was that's kind of cool. The shit was funny, they're on the top 13 bands that think you're gay. I mean, it was funny, you know what I mean? But is it something I'm gonna jam on the regular? No. But
No.
I have seen them and shit like that. But it wasn't a band I followed. But there's a very good chance I was at the last show. I remember hearing about it. But do you remember the exact? Was it with Nunslaughter? If it was, I would have been there. And do you remember what year it was? I want to say 2005 to 8. It sounds because I remember when the talk was going on about it. So there's a very good chance I was there. But they weren't like I wasn't like front row stage raging because I never really cared about Anal Cunt. I just thought they were kind of cool for like their whole gimmick was cool and the originality. But I'm like, this isn't. I mean, I'm not putting this on over Necrovore.
Hey, I can totally see what you're saying there. Yeah, I mean it's great and it's noise and I love it too. But yeah, I will probably go to Necrovore or Old Morangel and all that first before I put on Anal Cunt. Do something.
I remember there was a bootleg CD that came out. Hell's got like 10 in stock or something. It was of their demos and rehearsals, and it was a pretty nice looking boot. And I put it on. I don't even think I finished. I'm like, this is fucking unlistenable. I didn't like it at all. But I mean, I own like for example, I own the split 7-inch with Ronchus Brothers. I mean, it's cool. You know what I mean? More like I said, Morbid Florist was. I remember being. It's been years since I heard. I remember that being, having some cool songs. But whatever it was, the rehearsals, the demos, whatever I heard, like I said, listen to one. Like, oh,
this is unlistenable.
Completely unlistenable. That's what I remember.
Dylan says it was with Schnauzer and Seth Poopman got a blowjob on stage. Ha ha ha.
Oh, I mean, I don't remember. See, the thing is, that could have been one of those shows I was talking at. For example, Castrator just played fucking this weekend. I was there. Did I watch them? No. Did I watch? Exciter was there playing. I wanted to watch them. I wanted to watch Castrator as well. Did I watch them though? No. I was talking to Corpse Grinder. So Schnauzer played with them. Was I talking to Kanya? I saw Schnauzer many times, and a lot of the shows I'd be hanging out with Jim. So I was probably there, but did I watch the band? Yeah, because I remember somebody getting a blowjob on stage. That would stand out. I can't say I've ever seen.
That would be something you probably would remember. Yeah, for sure. I had a good question from earlier from Sick Nick. He asked, "What are some of your go-to albums right now? Like stuff I guess you like spinning currently."
Well, I mean, it'd be the same shit that they've always been. Well, what do you mean currently? Did you mean the last week, or do you mean like stuff that I've?
He just said like some go-to albums you were currently spinning. So I guess maybe new stuff, not excluding classics.
Yeah, because the classics, like exactly like stuff like any of the Deicides, Cannibal Corpse, Altars of Madness, all that shit all gets played regularly all the time. You know what I mean? Left Hand Path, like an ever flowing stream, all Monstrosity, Imperial Doom, Mortician, first couple incantations, Immolation, all that shit gets played very regularly for me still to this day, ever since I was a kid, right? But as far as go-tos, as far as in recent times, I mean, Nunslaughter, Red as the Colors, Ripping Death. I mean, Spider, Bathe the Babe album we did, Bat's Blood. The first both Pharmacist albums, Medical Renditions.
I still need that. I keep seeing you.
Yeah, both in the. I might even like the second album more. As a toss it, but because when Medical Renditions came out, that's the first album in 2020. I'm like, there's no way they're topping this. And then the second album, I was like, I might even like this one more. Flourishing Extremities. I'm not going to dare try to say the whole goddamn title. Flourishing Extremities, first two words. Bat, I listen to very regularly. I like the new Satanic War Master album a lot. I liked the new Goat Moon. I like the new Goat Moon album a lot. That's got a bunch of fucking spins. I liked the last Cannibal a lot. I liked the last Immolation. I liked the last Dark Funeral. I liked. Yeah, so those are some newer ones for you.
There you go. That's what he's been jamming. What about What are like the more what are the most bands you've seen like come through Cleveland? Like who tours through there most of the time that you'll like, okay, I'm gonna check that band out. I'm sure like Cannibal and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So any like if Cannibal comes, I'm definitely going. If Deicide comes through, I'm definitely going. At this point, would I go see Morbid Angel? Probably not. Um, if Merciful Fate or something came through, obviously King Diamond, of course. Merciful Fate, yeah. Those I would
Yeah.
definitely get. Mortician, and Morticians, they played last September, and they'll be here this September. For example, there's no way if Mortician comes through, I wouldn't be there. I would definitely be there. As far as touring bands, but I mean, there's obvious stuff. Destroyer 666 came, if Hemorrhage came, I would definitely go. But they've never.
Do you like the new Destroyer 666 album?
Loved it actually. I listened to it actually. So that was I played it about 5 times now. I played it two times on the way down to Carolina, North Carolina, and actually, so I love the track that they did, the 7-inch Guillotine. But my favorite song, I like the song Rather Death a lot on there. And my favorite song might be, I didn't confirm if it's on the LP or not. I picked up the LP, the colored vinyl, and I picked up the box set. It comes in a box, and then inside the box, a digipack. There's a digipack version. But on my CD box, it says there's a bonus track, and I forget the name. It's something, I would know it when I heard it. The bonus track is probably my favorite song.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know. So I'm not sure if it's bonus only to that box or if it's a bonus on all the CDs or if it's a bonus on the LP. I haven't double checked that. Actually, it was me to those on my to-do list. But what's funny is I was a little skeptical about the new D666 because the one prior to that, I recalled I was like, I liked it, but didn't. I remember there being parts and shit. But dude, so I really liked the new album. So I went back and put on the previous one. It's really grown on me. I was like, I don't know what the fuck. I must have been listening to it in a bad mood each time or something. I was like, I like it. I was like, is it as good as Unchained the Wolves? No. I was like, but I really, really like it. And I remember the Call of the Wild EP that came out before the last full length. I remember not digging that as much. And I put that back on too. And I'm like, this is really good.
Pretty good, right? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sometimes you gotta revisit shit. Like sometimes it depends on what mood you're in, what's going on in your life. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't put on. I picked them up even then. I didn't think they sucked. I just remember there being parts maybe the too much of the whoa, Australia.
A lot of the sing along.
Yeah, I thought maybe there's a little bit more of that. But when I was like, I think that's kind of what stood on my mind. But as I go back to something, man, how's it going?
Look who's invaded my stream. How did he get in here?
You got a whole new goddamn setup, man, or fucking pro style. I still just got my goddamn Zoom microwave in the background.
Oh no, trust me. If I peel the curtains, you're just gonna see a bunch of shit. So it's just I have this rigged up. This is on like some kind of clothes hanger thing, and this is like on a mic stand, just hanging on a mic stand. So
that looks good, dude.
Yeah, I mean you could fool people with cameras,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, illusion, dude. Someone asked J-Dawg, what was the last thing you heated up in that microwave?
That was
last
me.
thing was my last meal. Last thing was steak and rice. My last meal.
There you go, steak and rice. That was like from 2 hours ago in the chat. I just remembered it.
Yeah, right before I came out.
That was me. I asked.
That's probably why it was triggered, dude.
Yeah, pretty much everything that goes in that microwave always is chicken and rice, salmon and rice, and steak and rice. That's pretty much everything that goes in there.
Yeah.
Any broccoli with it?
Mm-hmm.
Any broccoli with it?
No, I'll have sometimes some cucumber over it with my chicken, and sometimes some spinach. But I fucking hate broccoli, and if it kind of fucks my stomach up a little bit too.
Oh, okay.
My body doesn't digest it too well. But cucumber and spinach and things like kale and stuff like that, my body will digest just fine.
Cool. Francisco, what's up, dude? You want to bring anything to the conversation while you're here?
No. Okay. Actually, yeah.
I'm just hanging out.
Actually, yes. Carl and I both are Texas guys, right? So, Hell's recently announced that Hexea was going to be putting out some stuff. So I don't know.
So Chasey Boy got back to you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's done deal. The whole fucking.
I told him to, but
the whole.
He said he's famous for not replying too good.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, like last time he came on, he literally like emailed me like maybe a day or two later. So I don't know if he got wind of it or whatever.
He probably saw the episode.
Yeah, we were dogging on. I was like, yeah, it's kind of like, so back whenever you used to have to order you order something from Europe or whatever, and it would take months to get here. That's kind of like Chase's with emails. It's kind of, it's about on that time frame. So, but anyway, so I was gonna ask about Hexea, since they're a Texas band and we're Texas guys, and I had sent you the CD or whatever. So
yeah, I liked it. I mean, can I air guitar and memorized it? No, but I mean, I listened to it twice and I liked it. And then so I was just like, as long as I was Chasey boy, because dude, he was kind of bitching out. He was probably bitching a little bit the last time. He's like, yeah, dude, we're booked up on releases. You're setting this up. I was like, you told me to set up shit. I was like, now I set up shit. Now you're bitching I'm setting up shit. Yeah. So I'm just saying, we're a fucking year out. And I'm like, dude, I'm just saying. I was like, so that's what other stuff was coming up. I'm like, go through him. I was like, he's pissing and whining that I'm setting up too much shit.
yeah. We talked about
you
that.
Can't win. You just can't win sometimes.
Well, because what happens is again, what people don't think about, and dude, I get submitations every single day, and now in person, people hand me their demo tape and stuff like that. I'm like, let me explain to you how this works. To put records, CDs, cassettes, put stuff out, it costs money, and we don't have unlimited funds, so we have a monthly budget of what we spend on releases per month. I was like, our budget for the next 12 months is maxed out, so we're taking very few new things, and the stuff that we do, just so you know, get cozy. So I think they just think, hey man, we're buds, right? Come on, dog, just put my demo out. I was like, it doesn't work that way, man. No, it just doesn't.
No.
Well, the good thing about that, there's obviously the number of shitty bands outnumbers the number of good bands. So you denying these bands anything will probably send them into some kind of depression, and they'll fucking stop doing their band.
Well, yeah, obviously, with anything, there's going to definitely be more stuff that I don't like than do like. But one problem with that is let's say they're a fan of the label or they're a fan of my channel or something, and now you tell them, not really into it. Now, I could for me that wouldn't bother me, but not everybody's like me. They get all offended, and I'm like, well, dude, I'm not going to like something. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, totally. I mean, Carl, I'm sure Carl's. I used to send like demos like back in the 90s or whatever to labels and say, hey, check out my band. Maybe my thing is I wanted a 7-inch out. To me, having a 7-inch out was the coolest fucking thing ever. I want to have a 7-inch, Yeah. And dude,
that's like, I made it. I got a 7-inch.
Yeah. I mean, I gave away so many fucking free demos and never got like shit for it, But I didn't start hating the label because they didn't want to put it out,
Yeah.
But
the only way Thornspawn first got signed is I was at Milwaukee Metal Fest, and Killjoy he gave me a sign. I was just walking by, dude. This is random. He gave me a sign, what the 8x, what are the pictures were, the bands back then that they used to do. And I walked by and he's like, hey, you want this? And I go, yeah. And I had some Thornspawn demos, and I was like, well, hey, you want this? And I go, yeah. And he took it, and I walked away, right? And then like 2 weeks later, you get an email from him saying, hey, I want to sign you to my label. You gave me this demo at Milwaukee. And I was like, oh, fuck. I totally had forgotten about it, And I was like, oh, cool. And he ended up being a cool dude, and we worked with him. But it's just weird how, some bands, you can just get signed by something you didn't even think much of, just there you go. Cool.
Yeah. Sometimes how some of the deals work, man. You'd be surprised by some of the shit, like maybe some of our bigger releases or stuff that made it is just kind of like, it worked. Again, I think other people think on the other end of like, I was telling some of the ridiculous shit, like that people think. Then on the other end, so I think some people think this is some big corporation, like there's the meetings, sit down, suit and tie, and fucking signing $100 million contracts
on the 12th floor and
yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, I was like, it was literally just we talked at a show, yeah, bro, and sent over the files, and then we did it. I was like, there was a lot of those. So yeah, and once you just met them like that, and that's how it went. You know what I mean? That's how fucking the Spawn of Satan, the first release we did was with Jim. There was no stupid shit.
Yeah. Most of them are like, hey, don't call us, we'll call you, kind of thing that normally happens, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I used to get rejection letters all the time. It was fun. Like Osmos. The first time I sent the first demo to Osmos, it just came back and said no.
Oh really? Wow.
But they replied. They replied though.
That's what I say. That's actually kind of cool that he actually said something.
Yeah,
He didn't have
he
to do
mailed
that.
it back. It wasn't before email and all that. He just mailed it back. No, and then on after the first album, I was like, we did a little promo, and I was like, well, am I gonna send it to him again? And to come back, no. I said, well, fuck it, I'll send it to him again. And then he came to send us back with a contract on like 2-3 years later. So you never know. I always tell people just keep trying. You never know what can change.
Yeah, 100%.
I tell people stop trying.
Negative.
No, but yeah, I mean, I could probably recite, like, I think every label back then had the same, like, rejection letter. Hey, thanks for sending us your demo. It's cool, but at the moment we don't have, we have a lot of releases lined up. And yeah, maybe it was true, but I'd rather get the fucking no that Carl got than some
Just
fucking
no.
That's some standard bullshit letter. You know what I mean?
You don't gotta write a paragraph to decline us. Just no.
Yeah. Don't you have to? I'm not asking you to be nice and fucking. I'm not on a ledge right now. You know what I mean? Reading the letter.
Yeah.
It's almost. I mean, and two, it's funny because it's almost to the point where you're gonna expect it to be no. Or at least I did. Because it's just.
Dude, that's what I'm conditioned myself in life for a lot, and people think I'm joking when I'm saying I'm dead serious. I was like, you'll do a lot better in life. I was like, it's that old saying, plan for the worst, hope for the best. I was like, I automatically, so just like, for example, this Sunday with Possessed, I am making every attention in my mind. I am not getting a Jeff Becerra interview. That way, when it doesn't happen, I'm not overly disappointed. If it happens, I'm like, fuck, this was great. I was like, I always plan for the worst, not because I'm negative, because most of the time the worst happens, or at least you're prepared for it. And so you're not overly lit down.
Yeah, you're not on this high, and then all of a sudden you get fucking the air taken out of you.
Like, you get your hopes up and like, fuck.
You know what I mean? Hey, don't you know who I am?
Yeah, dude, he definitely don't know who I am and doesn't give a fuck either.
Well, my buddy Charles, who you met in Carolina, he's actually, I think he's in like texting kind of friendship with him. So
he made a strong insinuation to that, yes, and that's why I was like, you'll get the interview. He's like, let's go ask him. I told it. I don't know if did you hear me telling it earlier, Francisco?
When I popped on, I briefly heard it, but
and I was like, all right, well, let's go ask him. And he's like, let's just go ask him. He's in the middle of the meet and greet. I'm like, well, bro, I'm not going to ask him now. Like,
Charles low key know everybody or something, because I see some
Charles,
things on his Facebook. I'm like, how the fuck did he know these people?
Well, Charles, he's old school, dude. He's been around a while.
He's got his contact.
Well, that's it. So tell them this. Tell him seriously. Like Sunday, Cleveland. Yeah, there's this guy named Justin Horval, J-Dawg, Hell's Headbangers. I know you heard of Hell's Headbangers. How do I know? Well, I'm not going to get into that, but he definitely knows. He's heard of us. Whether he remembers or not, he's heard of us for sure. 1,000% positive. Tell him I want to interview him. I'm going to be there. I bought my ticket respectfully. Bought Lindsay's too, goddammit. So 2 tickets paid for. So you got that cash in your pocket. I was like, he just wants to interview. No, he doesn't want to have to buy a separate fucking meet and greet. Can he fucking do it? I mean, Don gave him a heads up 2 months ago, but he was busy doing his laundry that day, which had nothing to do with the goddamn fucking question, but whatever. And then one of the local watchers, Jordan, he emailed me today. He said he's seeing Possessed tomorrow. I'm not sure what city he lives in. He's like, hey, I bought the meet and greet. He's like, do you mind if I ask Jeff? I was like, please do. So more people saying this, maybe I will get it then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they're in San Antonio tonight. Carl, tell them to swing by your house after the fucking show today,
Yeah, man. I'll call him up after we get off and say, hey, come over here. We'll have some tacos and some beer, and you can do the interview here in my room, dude. It'll be all set up, man.
Well, I think when some of these guys hear interview too, I'm just like, dude, and I understand it because they don't know. I get that. And people do overcomplicate things. I'm like, bro, it's literally like, dude, I'll pull a seat right up next to you. We're hitting record on my phone. Here's your microphone. Start talking. I was like, that's it. There is no prep. There is no, you got to do your makeup up, right up on the red carpet. Nothing. But that's it.
Like you brought up earlier, they might be thinking, who's this kid I'm going to have to talk to, and not know shit about metal or whatever the case, they might just have the wrong idea of what's going on.
I could get that because don't get me wrong. Even from the little bit of, if you want to call it fame that I've gotten, people come up to me. 90% of the people have been super cool and I like meeting, but dude, I've met some fucking weirdos where I'm just like, oh god. Where you're like, and then you're like, I can't shake this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I like where there's And it's not just me either. You would agree. Like, oh, God.
No, I'm shaking my head in total agreement because, there's people you don't know, you'll never know, but they'll see you on here and then they'll message you and like just fucking bombard you with shit, dude. So
you're like you got a new best friend you didn't even know about.
Thank the fucking Dark Lord you never ventured out into fucking social media, dude, because there are some fucking
that's right. You're not on.
Not get on Twitter. It's worse there.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
why would it be worse there? Why would it be worse there than YouTube? Because YouTube they can comment and shit like that.
Well, yeah, but this is more personal.
Yeah.
They're contacting you directly.
Yeah.
Instead of like
going straight to your
so they're going to your they're basically emailing you or texting you, and so you would get completely bombarded with fucking. So yeah,
but it might be good content for your channel though, because you the bashing you could do to some of the
or
you would get be like, listen to this fucking guy.
Yeah,
but it's funny. Like one of the very early odds I met with, I think the channel just started, but he mostly knew me from Hellcast, and he met me in Cleveland, but he wasn't from Cleveland. He was from a different state. And dude, I couldn't. But he was like very weird. Like he was weird in the sense that he was very off too. But he not only wouldn't leave me alone. And it's one thing, if they're cool and they want to hang out with you more. I get that. But this guy was like, dude, this guy's just straight up a fucking weirdo. I was like, dude, that was the weirdest. So, but he was one of the earliest people I met that came up to me because of YouTube basically, and that was my first experience. I'm like, holy fuck! I hope this is not going to be a regular thing. Because goddamn. I was like, I hope I'm just not tracking these type of people. But most of them I've been.
I mean, whether you're fucking small timer or you're some, if your face is out there and you're in the public eye somewhat,
right.
You can't escape it, man. It doesn't. No matter how you could try all you want.
Yeah.
Some fucking weirdo is gonna find you.
Yeah.
So,
they have. But like I said, 90% have actually been very pleasurable. So I've been happy about that.
Totally.
Like for example, I don't think I met any weirdos at Metal Threat or the Chainsaw Fests. Everybody was fairly cool and normal. Well, normal for metal, normal by my standards.
YouTube is probably, what I can see, is the least weirdo of all the social type of media.
Okay.
Have a channel, but if you get on Facebook, somewhat.
Instagram
and Twitter's the worst. Like that's like people are nuts on Twitter. That's what I know.
Twitter though, from my understanding, and I know nothing about it, I just I've heard things. That's kind of like more of a little kids thing, right? Maybe not little kids, but like teenage down, right? Doesn't it attract mostly that?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
I mean, I'm not on Twitter.
I put it this way: I don't know a single 50-year-old man that has Twitter. I'm not saying they don't. Maybe you guys do. I'm just saying I don't know any.
I only got on Twitter because the nerd stuff that I do. And
okay. Because what I was told,
I wouldn't be on it otherwise.
Because I brought up Twitter for something, like maybe I was talking to Craig or something on my channel. He's like, that's kind of like mostly like 19-year-old kids and shit. He's like, I don't really think you would have much of an audience there. So that's the only. I never even seen it. I don't even know what it looks like. So that's what I heard. I was like, oh, I guess it's for kids. So I don't know.
You need a. Do you play? I'm sure I know the answer, but do you play video games?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Well,
because
it's not even not really. I don't.
Well, because there's like social media outlets like Twitch where all it is people watching somebody play video games.
Well, I'll tell you what. To be honest with you, so I used to love video games when I was a kid. And in my adult years, I opened it up. But the last time I played a video game was probably about 7 years ago because I still have the station. But my video games, it's the Sega Genesis. Genesis or go home, goddammit. I'm not playing this PlayStation 25 where it gives me a headache, 15 minutes to download, and now you're playing some guy in Saudi Arabia. What the fuck? I want 3 goddamn buttons up, down, left, and right. I don't want all this computerized bullshit. And now I got to think, and I'm like, I feel like I'm in school and download this and do the holy fuck. I'm fucking confused. Well, what happened to fucking Mortal Kombat, Sonic the Hedgehog, fucking ABC did all the goddamn things. The Hedgehog. I was like, that shit was great. So I don't want all this fucking Mortal Kombat 25.
Yeah, that I don't know. I personally can see you fucking just fucking getting pissed off playing some game and and like what is that? It's Twitch, right? Where it's the video game shit or whatever.
Yeah, that's where you watch people play video games.
Dude, there's some fucking people that will get fucking millions of people watching.
I know. Oh, I knew that. The gamer channels. I'm aware of it. I never watched them, but I'm aware that they have.
But I think I see what Francisco's saying. I think like J-Dawg playing video games, and that might be
I mean, come
viral,
on, dude. That would be
like
fucking
watching you
unreal.
cuss out the game and fucking bashing it.
I mean, dude, if I can ever get this YouTube payment thing to fucking ever work, I'd be up for all kinds of ideas.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I still haven't received a penny for fucking YouTube.
That's fucked up, because
totally fucked up, dude. The fucked up part about it is, dude, like literally. So I stopped monetizing my videos. It's not like I don't know how to monetize. It's not like I'm set up. I'm set up. It's just my bank account keeps getting denied. That's it. It's just basically saying you're punching in the wrong number. No, I'm not, dickhead. It's 100%, 10%, triple check, quadruple check. I've tried at least 10 times. Even went to my bank, even tried Lindsay's account. It keeps just denying it.
They're just fucking holding back the cash, Dan, or something.
Yeah, and there's a balance. I prefer not to say how much, but I'll put this way. It's over $1,000 of a balance that they want to pay out.
It'd be nice to have access to it, right?
That's what I mean. So it's kind of annoying because I'm like, oh shit, free money. You know what I mean? But so over a month, I don't even, all my videos, so everybody knows, you don't see any of those stupid Applebee's ads or any bullshit. I don't want, I'm like, why should I junk up my videos and make the viewing pleasure of my channel less enjoyable for something I'm benefiting from? I'm not even collecting any money. Now, one might argue like, well, yeah, but your balance will keep building up, and if you ever figure it out, I'm like, maybe. But dude, I've tried fucking literally 15 times, and it's denied it. I was like, I'm fresh out of ideas. If I figured it out, of course, I'm going to start hitting that monetize button on each fucking video from here on out. But until then, and again, because that's not the reason I started the channel, was to make money. Right. That was just if I could do it as well. What the fuck? Why? Just like that's not why we started Hell's Headbangers. So when we did it out of passion, I was like, and you can make money on top of it. I'm like, fuck, this is a win-win. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, especially you're doing it every damn day too. I mean, should get something out of it.
And I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy doing it, but I'm not gonna lie. At least 50% of the time, when I go to record a video, I don't feel like doing it.
I don't. I would fucking say so. How many have you done in a row already?
Oh, I haven't missed a single day, not once.
Yeah. How many days? How many days do you know?
Well, December will be 2 years, so a year and a half straight.
Damn.
Yeah, I missed a single day. Not one day's missed, not one.
Yeah.
Not even one.
But, I do like 2 shows a week, and that's enough for me. I'm like,
dude,
okay, that's cool.
Well, Carl and I, we're never gonna we could have fucking 50 million followers.
Oh,
we're not gonna make any money because we play music.
Yeah.
And it's like, whatever. But it's cool, people like Roy made this cool banner for me, these cool banners, and that's good enough for me, you know what I mean? So
no, that channel itself, it has in itself paid off. For example, look at the interviews I got to do. That was tons of fun. It has increased orders there, and I know because people put in the notes, I bought this because you talked about it, et cetera, et cetera. So it's done that. It's people have hired me for coaching services, so I made money on that. You know what I mean? So it's not like indirectly I made money, but am I paid per video? No.
Yeah. It's insane, but yeah, no, it's to me, it's I'm never gonna come to. I just know it, the day that Justin never puts up a video, it's never gonna come until the day you die. If there isn't a video from you, I'm like, oh fuck, something happened.
Yeah, because a video just the other day, it went up at 6:30 instead of 6, and people were asking me. I was like, I don't know, I scheduled, so YouTube was just late. Because to give you an example, so today's Friday, right? We're recording this.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's video, 6 a.m. is already scheduled. Sunday's video, 6 a.m. is already scheduled. Monday's is already scheduled, and so is Tuesday's.
Yeah.
So then tomorrow I'll schedule Wednesdays. I'm always make sure I'm just in case my laptop breaks or something. I'm always a few days ahead. That way it gives me a little bit of wiggle room, so I don't miss a day.
Yeah.
That's all good too. I don't just post every day. I don't post the next day's video. I don't post the next day's video the day before. I was like, because something can happen. I was like, I can get in a car wreck. I could be in the hospital. I could get the major case of the shits. I was like, something can happen. So I always have a few days, and I just post. But each day I pretty much do post a video. Like tomorrow, like I said, I'll post Wednesdays. So
Do
That
you
should
do
work.
them daily? Like I know you're doing them ahead, or do you like maybe do like 1 or 2 at a time and then?
I record probably about 5 to 6 days out of the week, and then like a Saturday or so. Sometimes I'll record 2 or 3.
Okay.
But I
I mean,
definitely record, yeah, no doubt, at least 7 videos a week. I prefer 8 to have a buffer. Because like right now, I think I have up to the counting tomorrow's video that's scheduled. I think I have 10 videos recorded like right now as we speak.
Shit.
So, but I'll definitely record 2 tomorrow. Hopefully 2 Sunday. One at my home office Sunday, and hopefully 1 fucking in the evening at the goddamn Possess show. That's another thing too. When I go to these shows, what's fun about it too is I'm trying to get more people too, like maybe local guys like a Chris Dorr, a Paul. I've asked Paul several times. Because now when I'm in a show, I'm in between bands. I'm kind of just sitting around with my dick in my hand, and I like being productive. I'm like, let's just shoot a video. I was like, we're just sitting around talking anyways. That's all we're doing. That's what people want to see. I was like, let's just record it, because now I feel like I got something productive done when I was at the show too. You know what I mean?
Well, I noticed on one of your recordings, or a couple of them, you get people that just like walk right in front of the camera.
Oh
and
yeah,
literally
dude.
the last one you showed was some kid. He literally was a mouth breather. He went by like, and I was like,
I know.
holy shit, he really was a mouth breather.
Dude, I mean, as time goes, I mean, I've known it for years, getting the emails, like I told you, some of the unbelievable emails you get, but also now with YouTube doing it between comments and shit, like recording videos, people walk in front of it. It's as the years go by, my faith in people, just how fucking stupid some people are, just gets less, and less. Because you're like, dude, just like when you thought you seen it all, like what are you fucking doing? You
see a camera, you see 2 guys talking with a microphone.
It's pretty fucking obvious. I know, yeah.
Yeah. Let me just walk right in front of it. Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, dude, like they did it during the Corpse Grinder one. And for fuck's sakes, number one, we're recording. It's obvious the camera was set up on a fucking stand and 2 people are standing there while recording. And number 2, you're at a death metal fest. How the fuck did you not recognize the guy in front of you? Like, you don't just see fucking King Diamond walking around like, who's that? You know what I mean? like what are you doing? Like how fucking dumb? That just screams to me you got no business being there. That's what that tells me.
Well, could it be that they know the channel and they just want to be in the video?
You're trying to do a video bomb or something, just walking by.
Not the guys that walked out in front of the Scott and Cyanide, the Don and Scott, and those were just fucking goddamn tards. Like what are they doing? Just straight walk through it. Like, come on, man. And then none of those bozos knew. I could just tell by looking at
them. Here comes phrase common sense. They think before you do it.
Yeah.
Right on.
What?
Yeah.
Confucius says.
Molzan, he said, don't forget Rob Molzan. Yeah, Molzan from Decrepit from the Depths. I mean, you know what? I never even officially don't even know if I've ever met Rob Molzan. I've been in the same room as him. I don't know if you would do. I don't personality wise. I don't know if you even want to do it. I would be up for it. I've heard. Yeah, Rob's kind of a recluse is kind of what I've been told. Maybe not those exact words, but that's the vibe. I've heard multiple stories from band members, and I don't see him out at shows and shit. But I mean, I liked his work. And I even like the Curse of Denial shit that he did the last project. I even thought that was good. That Tommy Redefining Darkness put out. I think Molzan has a fucking awesome voice, so I'd be up for it.
Yeah. One of my favorite Cleveland area people, Steve Eggs. So
Steve's a funny guy. It's funny as I've known who he was for over 20 years, and I've officially had a full blown conversation with him. I think in 2019 was the first time.
Damn.
Also, John, Rob's a recluse now. Laugh out loud. Oh, is he not? I just got that vibe from talking to him from bands that he's in members. I'm not saying that he is. I just got that, and I don't ever see him at shows, so I kind of like maybe that's the insinuation I put together in my own mind. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I've ever officially met Rob, but I've seen him play and I've seen him sing with Decrepit and From the Depths and shit like that. So I mean, I know who he is, and I'm a fan of his work, but don't know about his personality.
Sure.
So, but if he's up for it, I'm definitely up for it. I'll think about something I'll talk about.
Eggs.
But Eggs is just a character. He's just funny.
He rules, man. He fucking rules.
What are some of the guys you would like want to interview? Like you haven't yet. Like who?
Oh yeah. So number one, without a doubt, Glenn Benton would be my number one. Will Romer, which I'm actually going to email him soon. They're coming here in September. We'll see. I think it's a 50-50 chance because he knows who I am. Been on Hell's Headbangers, but you never seen any interviews with Will on YouTube. So I could also see it being a no. But yeah, so Glenn, Will Romer. I mean, King Diamond would be awesome, but that's pretty fucking unrealistic. Probably he's not coming to my shit channel. KK War Slut would be awesome.
Well,
Louise from Hemorrhage would be awesome. Bucket list. Who am I forgetting? Who do I really like that you would think that maybe I'd want to get on? Who am I forgetting? Realistic too.
Realistically,
to me, King Diamond is kind of unrealistic. It's not impossible, but it's probably not.
what about the Darkroom Morgan or somebody like that?
From
talking about Marduk?
Marduk?
Yeah, Marduk.
Oh, guys like that, I totally would. I just didn't know if, like, for example, like when I think of, because for example, I've seen Marduk once. They came into Cleveland, they played with Deicide. Shit, when was the last time had they ever? That was in 2001. Have they ever been to Cleveland since? So when I think of stuff like that, I'm like, are they ever even coming here again? You know what I mean? So those kind of don't even cross my mind. As opposed to Destroyer 666. The reason Destroyer 666 crossed my mind is that's a band I probably would travel to see because it's one of my main bucket lists. I've never seen Destroyer 666. And I'd travel, within reason, not 20 hours. And if Hell's ever did a fest or so, we've thrown around the name about having them play. So if they're to play, it'd be very. You're playing our fest, you're not even gonna do my interview. I mean, come on, bro, that's a dick move. And I'm not saying he wouldn't. I think he probably would. To me is realistic. That to me is in my lifetime. Do I think I could get an interview with KK War Slut? I would say I think that's probable.
What about interviewing Eric and Chase?
Somebody asked me that. See, somebody asked me that. The thing is, I wouldn't want to do it just because it'd be awkward for me, and I don't really know what I would ask them because you know them all your life. But what I would be up for doing is something like on one of your guys' channel, where there's all three of us, and we're in the same room, and you guys interviewed us. I wouldn't want to be the host. I wouldn't want to be the host.
Well, let's get a fucking, what do you call it? A GoFundMe for plane tickets for me and Carl and whoever else to go up to the Hell's Headbangers fucking.
Yeah, if it's in person, that'd be best too, because especially three of us. Yeah. I would. And the thing is, would be is just mainly get the yes out of Chase. He'd be the hardest. Not that I don't think he would say no, but Eric would be an easy yes. I'm just a definite. But Chase would be well, when is it? And shit, I'm not awake at that time. It'd be that kind of crap. So he'd be the hardest to get. He'd be the hardest to get, but I think he would, especially if it was like at a show he knows he's going to, and basically it's convenient for him. And you brought the camera, and you're hitting go, and he just has to show up.
He just has to show up.
Yeah. I think he would. I think he would.
Yeah,
but he's not going to. He's not going to go out of his way and bend over backwards. That's for sure.
No. I wouldn't either. I don't fucking blame him. If you guys do another Hellfest, which I don't know if it'll ever happen, but that'd be a good opportunity to do that.
Me and Eric, when we keep talking about it, it seems like Chase is the most, I wouldn't say negative, but kind of like hesitant to do it. I'm up for it. Eric's kind of up for it, but Eric's been really, really busy because he's been vending at a lot of other shows. And in the meantime, Chase is like, why don't we just do this? Just vend another fest. Everybody's doing a goddamn fest. Milwaukee's coming back. But I'm sure we will. I just don't know when we will.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, ain't no rush. But, speaking of Eric, Charles said Eric was fucking cool as shit to him, too. So, there you go.
Yeah, he's a very easy to get along with person. Yeah. I mean, so I've been told, like, people that known us for years that have gotten to know all three of us, I've been told by at least 5 different people that the way they compare us, he's like, you guys are all very much alike, but they're the same, very, very different. So,
yeah.
Like, yeah, well, that's all. A lot of cases with brothers, there's some core things that everyone's the same, and then some things totally different on.
Yeah.
But I have a question because I need an answer to this. Did you ever come to one of the sacrifice of the Nazarene child here in San Antonio?
No, I've never been to a show in Texas ever. I technically never been. I've technically been to Texas, but never been. I've been to the fucking airport. I think Dallas. And that was it. It's the airport.
Oh yeah. Nah.
So does that even count? I mean, I flew in there. I sat there for 2 hours in a layover and flew out. So
it's definitely not a Texas show at the airport. But
I felt that fucking evil force when Justin was at that fucking airport in Dallas and shit when he was in town. When he was in Texas, you could feel his presence.
Yeah.
You had the urge to order some.
Remember, I forget which airport it was, but remember I recorded a video in the airport. Francisco, did you see that one?
Oh yeah, you sure did. Yeah, I did see that one.
People thought that was funny. So you record the video at the airport. I'm like, hey, I'm sitting there for 3 hours, man. I'm not going to get nothing productive done.
Might as well, right? Especially with them fucking layovers, shit.
Yeah. So
I do remember that one too. Now that you bring it,
dude, again, that's one of my. I don't like wasting time. I like doing shit to get done. Now it doesn't have to always be like work, but I just don't like. Even like if I'm sitting there, if as long as I'm like, let's say I'm sitting there talking to you guys and I'm enjoying myself, that's not wasting my time. But when I'm just sitting there getting nothing done, or I'm at a fucking event I don't want to be in, I'm bored off my ass. I'm just like anxious inside. So I'm like, dude, this is the biggest fucking waste of my time.
I'm the same way.
I could literally be sitting at my warehouse, bored, replying to emails, but getting something done. Instead, I'm sitting here bored, even more bored, but getting nothing done.
I think that's what it is for me, knowing the fact that you could be getting something else done, but you're stuck fucking.
You're stuck at something you absolutely, you're stuck at something you don't even want to be at. You're like, as a matter of fact, I so don't want to be here. I would actually pay money to not be here.
Just to get out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it be 10,000? Would you pay $10,000 to get out of here?
I don't know if I've ever been to anything I'd pay 10 grand. I don't know if there's anything out was that bad, but there's multiple things. There's things on the regular that I'd rather not say that I would pay $100 to get out of for sure.
Well, I just said 10,000 because earlier I was listening to y'all.
Oh yeah, 10,000 is the magic number.
10,000.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been anything that bad. No, I'd pay 10 grand to get out of. I don't think I've ever been to that. Is anything that drastic?
I guess I'll just deal with it.
That's true. I mean, we all do. We all do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing something.
That's cool, man. Yeah, you guys need to come to like Destroying Texas Fest or something to fucking vent. Bring that fucking
Destroying Texas would be a good one for them.
Yeah.
The only problem with vending at something like Texas is when you figure going to Texas, that's like a fly show, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, again, we don't put a merchandise on our backs. You know, Eric's got to get a big U-Haul. That's a lot of shit. You can't fly that over. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the problem. That's the biggest problem I can tell you right there. It's just
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of gas money to load that.
Head Split Records is Cadaveric Incubator, one of the sickest new bands on our label. I'd say they're up there, but I would say Pharmacist has them toasted. And if we get that fucking Melting Rock Bra demos or whatever, then I would say that's even sicker.
This band's all right.
And I would say that's fucking sicker.
Someone asked, okay, what other bands are playing at the Possess show?
Nunslaughter for sure, and I don't know who else. I heard Nunslaughter and Possess, and that was enough to make me go.
If Nunslaughter was on the bill here in San Antonio, I would be there because they don't always in it. Every time they fucking play, they fucking kick ass. They destroy and all that.
Have you seen Nunslaughter with Jim Sadis playing, right, when he was alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because ever since he's gone, it's just not the same. I mean, it's nothing against other guys. It's just he brought just a lot of the energy and character to the live shows.
That banter, yeah.
Correct, the banter, exactly. And it's nothing against the other guys at all whatsoever. It's just he's a person that died that can't be replicated. You know what I mean? As opposed, let's call it as, dude. I mean, most people in life, if they pass, it's kind of like, bummer. I kind of like the guy, but let's call it like it is. He wasn't anything that special. Jim was definitely a special person. He was more of a special person. He was more of a special person to me, for sure. I'm talking about just pure charisma. He's a person I've never met anyone like ever. Just like King Folly's another person. There's few people you meet and you're like, holy fuck, this guy's a one of a motherfucking kind. Whether you like him, love him, or hate him, you know what I mean? And I don't even think I fit that criteria. So that's not an insult on anyone. But Jim was definitely one. But, he dies at 44 years old and some worthless piece of shit, dog shit, fucking asshole that you just can't wait to get the fuck out of here will live to be 115.
Yeah.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's some people I know walking around like, how the fuck are you still alive when this person fucking passed away?
Yep.
That's some bullshit.
Hey,
I know plenty personally.
So I have a question. Now there's fucking festivals in like every town of every fucking state in the world now. So back when I think it was the thing where there would be like an MC or whatever at a fest. Like some people would get like, I don't know, fucking Ricky Rackman or somebody like that to fucking
introducing the bands and all that.
Introducing the band. If somebody said, hey Justin, we'll fucking fly you out, we'll give you this. Would you like to MC this festival for the weekend? Would you do it?
For $10,000.
For
$10,000. For $10,000, I would do it for Britney Spears, Pantera, anybody. If it was, I was gonna say, because it has to be, it had to be something that I like and listen to myself. Otherwise, I kind of feel like a poser. And yeah, it'd have to be all expenses paid, and it'd have to be some type of profit of mine, because I'm losing a whole weekend, everything. So let's just say if somebody wanted me to do that, pay all my expenses, and let's say $1,000, I would do it. Yeah.
There you go. Hey, so any of you fucking festival, it can't be some fucking whip festival or anything like that.
No,
Yeah, but
like Metal Threat or something.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking awesome. Like,
And what's that?
Metal Threat. Like
Metal Threats. Even Milwaukee, I would do. There's bands I'm playing. Most of it I don't like, but I mean, there's Malignancy playing. There's Midnight playing. There's bands I like. There's a lot of shit I don't. It'd have to be for something I like. I'm not going to go, because a lot of it too, like, let's say if I was like, I want you to come out and do it for Fear Factory, bro. They're playing, like, what would I even say? I was like, I can't stand this shit. The shittiest band on earth that brought industrial riffs into fucking metal, and I can't fucking stand and think you're a total fucking poser asking you if you like it. Or hear it up, guys, for fucking Fear Factory. Like, what the fuck did I say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you just nailed it. That's what you say. So that used to be a thing. Like Milwaukee Metal Fest used to get people to like do shit like that, and you don't really see that anymore. Dude,
I don't think I'm at that status by any stretch yet. But I will say this: I'm realistic. Because I'm realistic though, because I know how I am and I know how everybody else. The thing is, it's not because I'm that special or great. The reason my channel is going to blow up to 10,000 subscribers, 15,000 subscribers, it's not because I'm anything special. It's because it's kind of like part of Hell's Headbanger's success too. I'll just go out there and put it out there. The competition is easy when 80% of the people are slack fucks in the same industry. When everybody else is not willing to do what you are willing to do, like for example, recording a video every single day, I just do it. I treat it like when I don't feel like recording a video, I just treat it like a day I don't feel like going to the gym. I don't question, am I going to the gym today? That doesn't even enter my mind. It's, you're going, motherfucker. I don't give a shit if you like it or not. That's what we're doing. So get in the car and start driving, because that's what we're doing.
Right.
That's just how my brain works.
Discipline.
Yeah. So that's what that's taught me. So that's the only reason why eventually would I maybe get there, only because of viewer count. Let's call it like it is. Not because I'm special. Numbers mean shit. Like, here's what's going to happen too. I already know, dude. Once I hit like 10, like if I'm getting like 10,000 views a day on every video and shit, what's going to happen? I already know what's going to happen. There's going to be take a Metal Blade, Season the Mist, bigger labels. They're going to hit me up for like advertising. We want to advertise on your channel.
Right.
That's what's going to happen, because numbers matter. They don't give a shit what you're saying. Shit. This guy gets views. This guy gets clicks. This guy gets eyeballs. That's where they're going to come. So when somebody comes, do I think that's realistic? That might be gassed. Yeah, but I don't know if I'm there yet with a puny ass 1,500 views in the first 24 hours. Well, maybe that's a lot of views by somebody's standards. I don't know. But I think when it hits about 10,000 a day, now how long is that going to take? It could be 5-6 years. That's fine. I'm willing to wait. I'm a patient person. You know what I mean?
No, I know the feeling. I mean, I got a super fucking tiny channel. And, some people asked earlier, I think before we started rolling, like, how'd you get J-Dawg? How'd you get J-Dawg?
Because I'm a nobody, just like all you guys watching, dude. I'm on the same level as you.
And you
I'm
said,
on the exact same level as you.
Contact me if you want me to come out on your channel. And I said, okay, that's what I did. That's how I got J-Dawg on the show. He said,
dude, I've had people email me and shit like that. I was at Metal Threat. I was at this, and I was too nervous to come up to you. Nervous? What do you think I am, Tom Araya? Like, what the fuck do you mean? What are you fucking nervous about?
Who am I? Fear Factory over here?
Exactly.
Fear Factory.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. I mean, fuck. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, because I'm just a regular dude that just listens to this shit and just
well,
dude, look how half-assed my channel is. I hit record and go. That's it. You could. I was like, you could. Anyone watching this right now, every single one of you could do it.
Yeah, I do it.
Yours is more pro. Yours is more pro than mine, Francis. So you got the intros and shit, just like Carl. He had the cool ass intro. Dude, I don't even know how to. That's how fucking retarded my ass is. I don't even know how to do that shit.
Well, I mean,
it's really not that hard once you
figure
it out.
You're like, the truth be told, and I know it's making my brother's dick itch a little bit too. Like, man, I wish this stupid motherfucker would just figure it out. But what they don't understand is it's not the point of figuring it out so much. I was like, again, a video every day. I don't want this turning into a full job, which, mind you, I ain't getting those season of the miss ads and shit and payment. Now, if I am, then I'm getting a second paycheck. Okay, maybe. But I'm doing this for free on my own time. It's basically like, Justin, you were buried with work, and here's a little extra task for you to throw on top of it. That's what I did. And by the way, you're not going to make any money on it. So it's like, cool, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to take one for the team, right? But I'm not willing to do it. Okay, well, guess what? Now it's 45 minutes to an hour and 15 because you got to edit it. You got to add these ads. You got to add this. You got to add that. You got to add this fancy intro. I'm like, well, this fucking sucks now. I was like, there's already the days I don't even feel like recording the goddamn thing at times. So it's hit click, record 20 minutes, hit off, upload. Because in totality of uploading takes about 23 minutes. I was like, that I can squeeze in. So it's not so much to learn as a dummy. Granted, I haven't learned it, so I technically don't know it. Can I learn it? I'm 1,000% positive I can have it figured out by tomorrow. Not that I'm that dumb. It's just I'm not willing to spend that much time for something that I'm getting zero return on, a zero ROI. You know,
well,
I figure this is what you get for my time. Zero ROI means here's what I'm willing to do for zero ROI. That's what I'm given. And the thing is, that's hilarious, which I'm thankful for, and it's awesome. I'm glad people are. People seem to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, production value doesn't equal fucking something being good. You know what I mean? So
no,
that's funny too.
Right.
I'm not gonna throw any
names. Some type of fucking personality for people to.
I'm not gonna step on any toes. So I will not. I will leave all names out anonymously.
Step on toes. Step on toes.
Step on toes.
And once whatever, it'll end up stepping on my own toes is what it is. I've been in that where it's like the personality isn't there and they're looking to do all the upgrades and the fancy shit and get all the fancy. I'm like, dude, it's the personality that comes first. I was like, if you don't got it, you got a fucking 2x4 on the goddamn screen. It don't matter. You can jazz that thing up as much like the old saying says, you can't polish a turd.
That's true.
You know, so you can have all the coolest shit, all the coolest little gadgets, but if your host sucks and nobody wants to listen to, I don't give a shit how good that audio is.
Or all the graphic packages you have and all the fancy little shit flying around.
You might be better off with shitty audio if you're fucking, your content sucks, right?
But exactly, blur some of it out.
Francisco and Roy got me. I'm sorry, but Francisco and Roy actually talked me into doing it live instead of recording. It's a lot fucking easier, right? Like than recording a video and uploading it and editing.
Yeah, because this will just be when we sign off, it'll just be up, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it'll just.
What I'll do for you too, Carl, I'll record a mini video like I did for the last channel. I think I did for Francisco's too. I'll record a 2-minute video tomorrow and I'll upload it midday, so it'll be a double dog day. And I'll email me the link, whatever, and I'll post the description. And I'll tell everybody to come over here and check it out too. That's how much. So that way everybody will see that video. Like, oh shit, the guy posted from the dog, double dog day. That's what they call it.
Double dog day.
Double dog day. That's awesome.
You could get double dog by going over and watching this goddamn fucking interview. Goddamn it. So
very cool. Oh yeah.
But anyways, guys, if you got any quickies, because I got to get out of here and I got to take a massive fucking piss, and I figure we're hitting about the 2-hour mark. So, anybody else got anything to say or throw in there?
This is one of your new signees, JD. He's in Hexea. He's a guitarist. He's just and
he's on one of our stuff.
Yeah, he's in Hexea.
Hexea. Okay. Again, I want to specify. I want to specify. I said it to somebody at.
That's right. He's an ETD too. I fucked that up. He's the drummer in your band, ETD.
Yeah.
Dude, I said it to somebody on my channel. I was talking about a band I liked or whatever. A main name was mentioned. I didn't know it. I'm like, dude, I don't know about you guys. I was like, but no, I do not know the first and last name of every single band member of every single band I like.
Hell, man, I'm so bad. I can't even name songs on sometimes albums I love. because I just
No, I
put
get
it
that too.
on. I'm like, I know the riff. Oh, that
Yeah,
riff. Yeah.
no, I'm like that. Put this way, like Reputrefaction is one of my all-time favorite records ever. Now I know every single song name on there, but could I put it on shuffle and identify every single song? No, and quite frankly, I don't know anyone that could. I'm sure there's somebody out there that could, but could I do it? No. But do I know all the song names and do I recognize them and stuff? You know, if you're on Psychopathologist, Microwave Utero Gestation, fucking Fermenting Innards, stuff like I know it's, you know, but yeah, and that's one of my favorite records of all time. So no, I understand that 100%. And can I put Mortician on shuffle and identify every song? Fuck no.
No, I wouldn't be able to.
Right.
I
So
wouldn't
there
even
you
know
go.
the name of the fucking album. Probably. I'm that bad at that type of
Can't
thing.
even do that.
It's
Can't even do
Mortician.
that.
I can tell you that.
Is
Yeah,
J-Dawg
can't
put
even
on Mordant Red stuff? I mean, it's never been, I don't think so. It's never been asked. I mean, I know we're behind the schedule. I like the Mordant Red. I like the demo. He sent me some. I kept one. I wouldn't be against it. It's one of those things. We're at that weird post-COVID timing to where our schedule's so fucked that it's going to take at least a year to get in the clear. I mean, Francisco's taking it up the ass in the fucking vinyl release of ETDK. I mean, it's taken longer than I would like it to. I mean, it's laid out. It's on the agenda. But it's kind of like, for example, like if I told Mordant Red, let's do something, it's almost embarrassing. Comes out, oh, you guys say, oh yeah, fuck yeah, it's coming. It's like, yeah, that'll be a year. Oh, that sucks, bro. Yeah, I almost feel like an ass. You know what I mean? But I liked it. I like the shit. He seems like a cool dude. I like his channel. He comments on my videos too. Hopefully one day I could get him on the fucking interview thing. I don't know if he'd want to do it though, because his voice is disguised too. Maybe he knows how to disguise it in person. Microphone. Well, that'd be cool as fuck. I'd want to keep it anonymous too. He's got his face thing on, and I'd do a video with him. Fuck yeah. Or if he ever wants me on his channel, I'd come on too and do this.
There you go. If he hears this, or he should contact you.
Well, no, nothing has been discussed. Nothing has been discussed for us releasing them as of right now.
Speaking of those headbangers,
Adam.
See, did an interview with them, with Adam and Tom. That was a lot of fun.
Good dudes right there.
Yeah, real good dudes.
Oh yeah, some of the best actually. They're fucking great.
That's what do you say again now?
Do you
where you shovel Mortician?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I had to figure out again. I had to figure out how to do it. So with a person heard the songs too, that's pretty cool though.
I think
not a bad idea. I'd actually kind of like to see how many I could get. I would definitely get some, but I would definitely be. You know what I mean?
I think JD's doing a hint. It would be killer to visit the HHR warehouse.
Come on down, bro town.
Come on down.
I mean, I've been invited, but obviously just need to
bring
make
down JD. Francisco, bring out JD and bring that camera. We'll shoot that fucking three brother interview. Goddamn it! In the warehouse.
There you go.
It's on you, dude. I'm waiting.
That's on you, dude.
You know that line, right, Francisco?
Well, yeah, we talked about that the first time.
When I tell people shit, I don't know what the fuck, because I remember shit like that, but most people don't. So
yeah,
that's on you, dude.
Here's a dumb.
Would I wrestle? I wouldn't want to wrestle with any man, dude. I'll wrestle with some hot chicks. That might be fun, but I'm not wrestling with a dude.
Next, Fraser, timeout. All right, well, we gotta let JD go here, man, because it's been 2 hours. Hey, thanks for coming by, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, dude. I mean, we should do something. Yeah, we could do something again too. Now that we're all know each other, got acquainted.
Yeah, if we want to, someone said we should bring in Roy. We should do another one with Roy and maybe do the triple cast.
I would do something with Roy. Yeah, I would be. Yeah, I would do something with Roy.
If he wants to.
Hey, before he goes, I always liked. How do the kids say flex? I always like to
flex. Yeah.
I always like to flex for Carl, because I know Justin. You always bring up Necrovore. Carl saw Necrovore rehearse back when.
Oh no shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And their drummer ended up being in my band.
I've heard through the grapevine. I'm not going to say who said it. Maybe he said it to you guys too, so you can hear it. Like, oh, I know who said that. I heard that John is a poser. Somebody told me that, and you both know him, but I'm not going to throw him on the bus just in case he doesn't want on audio. He might even said it on audio, but I'll just leave it at that.
I'm out. I'm trying to get John and Ross both on. I know Ross, more so than John. I can say John back in the day wasn't a poser, but I can't speak for now. I would probably doesn't keep up with a lot of underground, I would think. But I'm trying to get them on my channel. Ross is
that'd
all
be awesome.
for it. Ross is all
Yeah.
for it, but it's John who's he's
Yeah.
having a hard time to convince to do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
who
yeah.
knows? That's all I'll say.
Right.
Who knows? If
Right.
it'll happen, but it will be fun if it does. Because that's
Yeah,
what conversation.
absolutely.
I want to grill their fucking minds about stuff.
Yeah,
back
cool.
then.
Yeah, man, I think that'd be very interesting. I don't even know what the guy's voices sound like.
Oh, there's an interview on one of those bootlegs, but the audio of it's so fucking low you can barely hear hear them talking. And I don't remember what they sound like from back then. But I will say I was a fucking scrawny. What would that been like? 87. I was 17-year-old. I was scrawny. And John and Ross were, like, to me, towering, big fucking Conan looking figures.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, I'm out of my fucking element, dude.
Yeah.
Had Marshall stacks and shit and fucking.
Exactly,
dude. It's all down.
Yeah.
Loud as fuck. And then they had like a fucking full PA, dude, and this little fucking
and you're
house.
like, hi. You're like, hi,
I was like,
guys. Hi, guys.
I'm like, don't do something stupid, bro. Don't do something stupid. This is
Cool.
cool.
All right, so I will get with Charles. I'm gonna send him a text and say, hey, dude, let's see what we can do, maybe to get Jeff Becerra to talk to. When is the Possess show in
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday. 48 hours from now.
Okay, I'll text Charles here in a moment, and I'll tell him, hey,
Please do.
See what we can do.
All right, man.
All right, cool. Well, I'm out of here. I gotta go watch some baseball, man.
Oh, I hear your Stro shit. All right, man. All right, y'all.
Bye,
Thanks
guys.
for tuning
Later,
in.
Justin.
All right,
Later, man.
Let me get my little outro here, and we are fucking done.